Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents live coverage of the 6th annual Central Mass Mewhiney All-Star Classic. Tonight, the best in Central Mass get to put the pads on one more time as the South All-Stars battle the North All-Stars. It's high school football, summer style, on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. Kevin Shea with Andy Lacombe, and this is the final high school football game of the year, but is always one of the funnest games that we get to cover. The kids get to put the pads on one more time, and year in and year out, knock on wood, we have really competitive games.
Yeah, you know, we have a lot of fun covering the game. The kids have a lot of fun getting ready for it, but as soon as the opening whistle is blown here tonight, it is business again, and you want to win your last high school football game. And that goes through the minds of a lot of these All-Stars. They get to play with guys that they competed against for so many years. Now they get a chance to go out and win with them and play their last high school game. It's a special night.
Yeah, it certainly is. A lot of memories and a lot of friendships made over the past 2 weeks while these guys were working out together. It is the North and the South, the Mewhiney All-Star Football Classic. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A young woman is recovering after Worcester police say she was hit by a car while in a crosswalk.
A Barrie resident is warning others to be aware of bears in their neighborhood.
Witnesses say the lights on the train went out, then the train flew off the tracks, tossing passengers.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
We have something bad, we don't try to make it better, and we just say, that's what we deserve, we're Worcester. Elizabeth Warren is just about as warm as the shores of Lake Quinsigamon in January. Hey, there's been some big reform on Beacon Hill. Guess what? We don't pay state reps and senators to drive to work anymore.
Brent's back to the wall, and that one is gone. And that ball hit hard.
Follow the Paw Sox all season long with select games from Charter TV3 and visit chartertv3.com for a complete game telecast schedule. Presented by Kintiani Insurance Agency, Bay State Savings Bank, and the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Elizabeth Warren talks about the 1%. She is the 1%. Now, if you really are so concerned about the little guy and the average guy and the middle income person, where are you? Too bad that our own Congressman, Jim McGovern, doesn't have the fortitude to stand up and speak on behalf of the people in his community. They all go to Congress with no money in their pocket, and they all leave there as millionaires. How does that happen?
And welcome back, everyone, to Shrewsbury High School. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson is the third member of our broadcast crew as we get set for the opening kickoff of the Mewhiney All-Star Game. The North squad will kick it away. The South squad will receive, and we are underway on a beautiful evening. The clouds have parted. The sun is out. Great crowd on hand, and the opening kick spun through a couple tackles. And a nice return from John Forson, prime time. The former Doherty standout. A 14-yard return. Brenna Wilson, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you were saying it. What better way to start the summer season than with a football game and with the 6th annual Mewhiney All-Star Classic. Now, the North holds the series lead at 3-2, but an interesting fact is that the team wearing the white jersey has actually won every year, guys.
All right. So if there was a line on this game, and not that there is, folks would be taking that kind of stuff certainly into consideration. Handoff, it's a double pass. The halfback option pass on the first play of the game. And it works, and wouldn't you know, it's a Northbridge receiver on the other end of it. They're used to that
How
stuff.
about that? Manny Rosario's the tailback out of Auburn. He probably hasn't thrown a football ever in a game with Jeff Cormier's system. And he finds Sean Rosalind, a great high IQ receiver who's used to going for that home run play right off the bat. That's the signature of Ken LaChapelle's teams. Try to score right away.
Well, the South, a good return on the kick and a great return on the first play, and they're inside the 30 at the North 29-yard line. Drew Campanelli, the quarterback, what a career he had. Fumble, and the North side has a shot at it. Oh, the South recovers. What a great job just to get that football back. Nico Murray from Oxford recovered it.
That was a great job from the North front 7. They got the penetration and almost had a chance. There's Pat Rossi, head coach of David Prouty. Chris McMahon right next to him, who's running the defense, the head coach of Grafton.
Rossi's got a complicated offense. We were talking about and joking with him about, well, this game, everything's kind of basic in the offense. And Rossi said, no, not our offense. We do not run a basic offense. Campanelli under pressure now is going to tuck it. And he goes down, the sack, and wouldn't you know it, Marlboro.
That's Vigent.
Right around there, Lou Vigent, the mayor.
They know how to play defense at Marlboro, don't they? The
tough kids.
Mahoney's group there, they always have a defense, and the mayor, Lou Vigent, had one heck of a year. Offensive, defensive star, and earning it right away on the first series.
The other thing, too, that for a lot of these kids, too, that is different is they're just playing one side of the ball.
Yeah.
Vigent's used to playing, as you mentioned, running back, linebacker, every special team for Marlboro, never coming off the field. Well, now he's just playing defense, so he can go all out on every play. Campanelli with time, fires. He's got Forson. Forson's got a first down. Great effort by John Forson, the second effort to get the first down, and that is the prime time, the electric athleticism that we saw all season long for the Doherty Highlanders and Sean Mulcahy's crew.
Yeah, and you know what? You always get stars on both sides of the ball in this game. This might be the best quarterback matchup we've had in a couple of years. Just the way things shake out in terms of throwing the ball. Drew Campanelli as good as it gets in Central Mass, and on the other side, you got a good one out of Neshoba and Sam Belinsky. So we're going to see him sling it, I think, a little bit here this evening.
Drew Campanelli's going to Franklin Pierce. They're just starting. They had one of those underlighter teams. You had to be, I think, 178 and lighter, and they had that for years, that program. And then, so they decided to make the jump into varsity football and a full-fledged program and jump right into the NE10. The NE10 had a couple openings, Merrimack going out and LIU Post going out. And so Franklin Pierce is going in. Drew Campanelli and a bunch of Central Mass guys going to be playing for the Ravens. There's Tom Bingham, the head coach at St. Bernard's, and what a job he did. They won a state title last year.
And they're
Such
always
a small
there.
school, too. And to get the production and productivity, especially in a sport like football where you need numbers, in a small school like that, Tom Bingham's done a great job. Campanelli to the end zone, touchdown. And the South has struck. Zach Roberts.
My goodness. Did you see Roberts? He just did he's going to get a penalty on the first touchdown. But it was well worth it. That was like a front handspring double back. I don't even know what you call it.
Go out in style.
But
Zach Roberts on the receiving end. Drew Campanelli with the touchdown pass. Drew threw a lot of them here on this field over his career. And I like it. You know who's going to like that? Ken LaChapelle will like that. Even though it gets a flag, he's going to say, you know
Regular
what?
season, he's not going to like it.
No, but in this
it's
game,
all right.
he's saying, you know what? Go for it. Go for it.
Wow, I mean, and we knew Roberts was an athlete, but my goodness.
That's special.
Northbridge had a gymnastics team. He'd be killing it on the floor exercise.
Right. And now the point after attempt will be Mac Bradley out of Westboro, the kicker who's going to Bryant. You can't rush on the point afters. Bradley's got a heck of a leg.
Yeah, that's it.
Up and through. Let's get another look at it.
Kev, I don't have the full history in front of me, but this might be one of the fastest scoring drives that we've seen in recent years. Just a good strike and little post down the middle. And watch this. Little post down the middle, and he hits Roberts. Little play fake and
cartwheel into a round off.
Spring. I'm not sure.
I think it was. I think it was a cartwheel into a round off, or a front handspring. Well, front handspring would be straight over. Let's see if we can get the whole Yep. Cartwheel into a round off flip.
There it is.
The U.S. judge would give him a 10. I think the judge from England would give him a 10, and the Russian judge would give him about a 5-4.
England has a judge? That's great.
They let England in gymnastics.
All right.
They let him in there on the board. McCarthy. They'd have a McCarthy maybe.
Wow, yeah, no, 7-0. Usually defenses kind of set the tone in this game early on, and, there might be a quick score, and then they settle in. But the South squad looked impressive going down the field against a really good group defensively.
And this is where you see, a group like Franklin Pierce who's making that jump, and it's a huge jump just to play, to make that jump for varsity football, but then to jump it into the NE10 with the schools like Bentley and Assumption and the Connecticut schools.
Yeah.
New Haven in the NE10, that's a large undertaking. But when you get guys like Drew Campanelli, who's going up there. And
Chris Yeboah is going
Yeboah's up there from Doherty.
Campanelli would have been able to play on the 178 Ernie team, but not Chris
You're
Yeboah.
Right. No, not click-clack.
You know what? He's a steal for them up there, I'll tell you what.
Those guys I think those guys are going to start right away as freshmen.
Yeah.
And they'll be impact players.
You get to see Yeboah defensively here for the South.
South kicks it away, and this one is fielded at the 20, 30. Wrestled down at the 36-yard line.
Devin
De Leon from Fitchburg on the receiving end. And that's going to be a good starting position for the North squad.
First and 10 from their own 36.
All right, so now you've got Neshoba's coaching staff running the offense. They got Neshoba's quarterback in Sam Belinsky, who's going to run the show here. And what a year he had in terms of leading his team to a state championship, and then heck of a baseball player as well, multi-sport guy.
He's just a great athlete. He's going to Assumption College. Belinsky hands it off on first down and out to the 41-yard line.
Looked like number 21 from Leominster,
Adam Couch
on the
from
carry.
Leominster. What a game he had on our air earlier this year, or last year rather, in the football season against Shepherd Hill. That Leominster team really ended on a high note, winning a bunch of games down the stretch. And Couch helped lead them. There's a couple of guys from Leominster on this roster from the north side.
Assumption's getting a handful of these guys. I tell you what, Worcester State's getting a lot of them too. I think Brian Cullen's squad is going to be much improved as well. You know, and it may take a year or two. Most of the time it does. But these guys are going to be guys that really help the Lancers. And that pass a little bit behind the intended receiver. Good closing speed on that South defense.
They got some big guys up front in South with Yeboah and Dom Imperato out of St. John's. You got Charlie Payson in the center of that defense. Guys that can really move around.
Payson's going to UMass as a preferred walk-on.
Yeah, a lot of D2 schools looked at him, really wanted him, and makes the jump to UMass Amherst.
Here's Belinsky, fires, and it's incomplete. You see the great arm and the strength of Sam Belinsky as he stands in there and fires. Incomplete, intended for Dezine Figueroa, the talented receiver out of St. Bernard's. You and I looked at him and said, man, Figueroa is a big kid.
Huge.
He is a big kid. He's going to be tough to tackle. You get the ball to him anywhere in space, that's a tough dude to bring down.
St. Bernard's guys were having a good time at practice, you know, asking me if I wanted to interview the state champs. Good group. And, you know, both coaches, you know, coaching staffs working with these different groups and new kids. Nothing but praise for the character of all the guys on these teams.
Here's Zach Roberts. Roberts waiting out his blocks, now gets up north-south over the 30 to the 32-yard line. A good return for the former Northbridge standout, who already has a touchdown reception tonight. Sam Crane, the talented defensive back out of Algonquin, on the stop.
Yeah, Sam Crane does a nice job. He was always solid there for Algonquin. We talked to him. He just looking forward to hitting people on the defensive side again.
He's going to
He got a
Springfield
lick in
College.
there.
He'll play for the Pride. Springfield with a great football tradition. So many coaches have come out of Springfield. High school and college coaches. And so the second series for the South squad. Campanelli fires on first down, complete. A little razzle-dazzle. And some good closing on the side, but it's a good pickup of 5 yards. Make it 6 on first down. Brenna, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but there are a lot of champions on these two teams, whether it's from BVT, Neshoba, or St. Bernard's. And not even talking about some of the kids that can't play today because they're currently still playing for their state title in baseball. Guys?
Thanks, Brenna. Yeah, there are a handful of kids, some on the West Boylston squad that are part of the Tohoto baseball team, some on the Shrewsbury baseball team. They couldn't play, and then some on the Grafton boys lacrosse team. They played in the state championship today.
You know, great play from Spencer Taylor there. Clinton knocking it down from his defensive end position. The Clinton guys always come to play in this game. We had a couple make some huge
They've always
plays.
been some of our favorite characters.
last year.
That first down catch was by Nick Locantori out of Burncoat. And now it's 3rd down and 4. And so the 41 is where the ball is marked. The South squad will have to get to the 44 for a first down. Campanelli with 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the near side. The option, well designed, and it's going to be a first down. A quick hitter. Campanelli reads it well, makes the defense commit. Cameron Doobie, one of our favorite guys out of David Prouty.
Yeah, what a good
on
kid.
The rush.
Yeah, the redhead with the red beard. We like that guy.
Oh, I loved it. Going to RIT, smart kid too.
Yeah. Well, we said to him, you know, he's going to be an engineer. So we might be looking for a loan from him when he gets out of school.
100%.
He told us, hey, whatever you need, guys.
Yeah.
So, Cam, we're going to hold you to that.
He looks like he should be from Clinton with the red beard. Campanelli fires complete to the near side. And that one's going to go for 8.
Sawyer there.
Oh, it's, yeah, Uxbridge. Thomas Sawyer out of Uxbridge. The modern-day warrior, Thomas Sawyer. That's a kid that I would throw the ball to a lot. He's 6'3". He is tall.
I mean, if you're a throwing quarterback like Campanelli is, and he has the amount of different guys that he can go to, I mean, this has to be a fun couple of weeks.
And I'll tell you what, you and I have watched Pat Rossi coach teams, Quabbin and Prouty. They're going to go deep soon. They're doing this, then they're just going to soften up the defense, get them coming forward, and then they're going to go deep. Look at the draw right up the middle. First down and more inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. A huge run. Manny Rosario out of Auburn.
And he knows that play really well because the saying goes, at least outside of Auburn, is the best Auburn pass is a draw. That's Auburn's best pass play is a draw.
19-yard pickup on the play.
A draw run, and Manny Rosario did that so well for the last several years for Auburn High.
Rossi's dialing up some diamonds here on offense. Campanelli, flush to his left, has some room to run. He's going to tuck it, and he gets out of bounds inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. The South squad is in the red zone again. What a leader, huh?
You just see a lot of speed, a lot of athletes on this South offense. And, you know, right now they're controlling the tempo of the game.
And one thing that this does is, you know, these guys practice for 2 weeks together, but there's a difference between being in shape and being in football shape. And it is, to be in football shape takes time to hit and to be able to recover and all that stuff. And you get a defense after your first couple plays, you're starting to feel it. Your legs start to feel a little heavier. And
what shape are you in?
I'm in no shape at
Okay.
all.
All right.
I'm in bad shape. Campanelli pitches at the last minute. Running through tackles and to the end zone. Just short.
Colin McNeil.
Wow,
Northbridge.
another Northbridge kid.
Northbridge takes the pitch
Caught
from
that first
Campanelli.
pass, and then he,
Down to about the 1 yard
you know,
line.
shows his toughness running the football.
I love Campanelli pitches us at the last minute. But look at the tackles he's running through.
And McNeil's a strong, physical kid.
And that happens too. Again, you get a little tired, you know, the second drive of the game, and this is where the fatigue hits you early, and then you kind of get your sea legs under you. But, you know, you run them through a couple, maybe an arm tackle. Guys will get in there a little later than they would. First and goal at the 1. Campanelli from the shotgun. And he hands it off, and Campanelli got drilled. Oh, he held on to the football. That was a smart move by Campanelli not to hand that one off, because that was a jailbreak coming right up the gut.
Great pursuit up the middle. Vigent and company. Got
Looked
great
like another
penetration up the
Marlboro.
middle.
Another Marlboro hat in there.
Up the middle for the North.
The St. John's guys are doing that play notwithstanding. Up front, Liam Daly, Andrew Stolberg up front. In the middle with Concepcion out of Northbridge have been awesome in that interior.
Second and goal from the 3 upcoming for the South.
Let's see what Campanelli does here. Maybe they roll him out, play action, roll him out. Oh, they get the jet sweep. Well
Shea
blocked into the
Gallo
end zone for
colleague.
the touchdown. Shea Gallo colleague.
Shea Gallo Colley from St. John's.
And it's funny, Shea Gallo Colley goes into the end zone. He's going to Stonehill. Someone with a Stonehill outfit just came in, wondering what his number was, and he scores.
Right.
So they're looking for their guy right now.
And I'll tell you what, that's a steal too. The South coaching staff and Chris McMahon said that is a steal for Stonehill to get Shea Gallo-Collie because he is awesome. They said he is phenomenal. He may be the best player on their roster, they thought. Said just absolutely dominant. And you see there the speed, you see the toughness. You and I saw it all season long. You know, with the hands and the concentration, some of the catches
he made
for
so
St.
many
John's
plays for St. John's this year. Little jet here, good speed to the outside, nice blocks in the exterior, and just enough for the St. John's Star to get into the end zone. See his guys leading the way. Stolberg there, 73. Didn't really have to hit anybody, but he just kind of guided them in. But you can't say enough about what he's done and Daly has done. And that offensive line for the South squad made some plays so far. There's 2 giant stuffed cows walking around here right now, Shea.
Chick-fil-A.
Chris Springs Chick-fil-A has got them all out here
They're
today.
taking pictures. Look at that. They're posing for pictures right behind us.
See, that's who Brenna should be getting pictures with here on National Selfie Day. She should be getting pictures with the cow characters.
Or chicken. Get some chicken sandwich.
She could probably get a chicken sandwich. It's Brenna's favorite chicken sandwich.
Where's
place.
our parabolic guy there, Mike Marcy? We could have him put down the parabolic, make a run for the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. Here comes the North as they try to answer. Right up the middle. Here's a good return. De Leon still on his feet across midfield. Gets a block at the 45. Foot race to the end zone. One man to beat. De Leon cuts it back and is swarmed under at the 10-yard line. A huge return for the North and De Leon. And they're in great field position.
Great equalizer on special teams. De Leon out of Fitchburg comes flying through the gate, breaks a tackle, and then uses some speed. And really, it's Jackson Lane who saves a touchdown here. The Shrewsbury guy just kind of gets in the way. And that takes out the lead blocker, and his guys catch up. But a great little boost for the North squad, who needs one here to try to put one in. They're inside the 10-yard line to start on this offensive possession.
Belinsky, it's actually Chris Kostic from Lunenburg will go under center here. The I formation hands it off on first down, and the South squad all over it. Brandon Caviccio out of Marlboro was the running back.
And Joe Katinas got in there defensively. St. John's, a linebacker, and he made the first hit.
Now Sam Belinsky comes back into the game, the quarterback for Neshoba. Well, he was going in the huddle. Chris Kostic from Lunenburg gets the play and comes in there. Let's see what they do. They had sent Belinsky onto the field. It's Kostic who's going to be from the shotgun. Looks to his right, hit as he throws, incomplete.
Chris Yeboah coming right through the middle, blew the whole thing up. And Kostic, to his credit, almost got enough on it, but hard to do that with the big guy from Doherty on his way to Franklin Pierce coming through. One of the great personalities in Central Mass football.
Right about that.
Always enjoy a quick conversation with Click-Clack. That's what I call him, because that's what he talks about, hitting the pads.
Yep.
Click-Clack.
Click-Clack. Here he is. Yeboah's coming back onto the field. Thought he was going to get a breather, but man, the quickness that he has, the power, the strength, he's the complete package.
Third and goal upcoming from the North.
We're going to get a timeout here from Coach Bingham and
North All-Stars
Coach Tucker. They're going to talk it over with their offensive group. Big third down here. It's early in the game. Still a ton of football left, but you know, it's a 13-point lead for the South, and a little momentum swing if the North can punch one in here.
Yeah, you think that, you know, probably 4-down territory. You think they're going to go for it.
Buy 3 for
Again, it's
$5
early,
or an
so
arm
if you're
length
going
for
to
10.
kick, you could.
Again, please consider purchasing a 50-50
Belinsky
raffle
could
ticket.
kick, and of
Members
course,
of the
Coach
Doherty
Tucker
High School
knows
football team will be around selling them.
what he's got
Prices
in
are
Belinsky
3
as a
for
kicker.
$5,
We saw him punting and kicking off.
For $10.
How about that figure, though? Brenna brought it up right away. The white jerseys have won every single game, and it's 3-2, and now it would be 3-3 if that stat trend held out. It just shows how equal and how balanced the talent is of these two teams historically over the first 5 and now 6 years.
All proceeds from tonight's game, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder, all proceeds from tonight's game.
Here we go.
For the Joseph R. Mewhiney Scholarship Fund.
Kostic from the shotgun on 3rd down and goal.
3rd and goal upcoming from the north.
One back in with him. Here comes Yeboah again. He busted straight through there to the end zone. Caught. Oh, beautiful throw and a beautiful grab by De Leon.
Touchdown for the north.
De Leon caught it in the corner of the end zone, and Kostic threw it in the only place that his receiver could get it. Wow. Beautiful play, and he had pressure coming right up the gut.
Yeah, you know, really well done. There were 3 guys coming, Yeboah and company, right up the middle, and Kostic had one guy. He really had one option. He hit his guy perfectly, and De Leon, with a man on him, makes a nice play going out.
Little dance on the sideline, yeah.
Enjoy it.
Celebrate it, enjoy it.
Big stuff.
You got a Fitchburg kid, a St. Bernard's kid. Of course, St. Bernard's is in Fitchburg. A Lunenburg kid throwing the ball. But man, that pressure coming again. Yeboah was coming straight up the gut. And they were holding him too. Whoever was blocking him had his jersey. Look at the lineman right here. Because you can't rush. So they're all jumping around with their hands up. Look at, there's Yeboah, click-clacks jumping. That's great. I love it. Belinsky puts it up and through. And with 3:38 remaining in the first quarter, we got a high-scoring affair, folks. It is the South 13 and the North 7.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A young woman is recovering after Worcester police say she was hit by a car while in a crosswalk.
A Barry resident is warning others to be aware of bears in their neighborhood.
Witnesses say the lights on the train went out, then the train flew off the tracks, tossing passengers.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Well, the North has struck back. Kostic with a beautiful throw to De Leon in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, and pretty good coverage out there. And just here's what Kostic, get a good look at what the receiver's going to see. And then you see the swarm of jerseys coming at him. Imperato was right in his grill when he threw it. Nice play. Got 2 feet in, it looked like, too.
That's good in the pros.
Yep. Good anywhere right there.
So now it is the South. They have scored both times they have touched the football. And here they come again. A little room down the right side. And it's Manny Rosario, who's already had a heck of a game. And we're just about halfway through the first quarter.
Manny Rosario's had a long run. He's thrown a pass and completed it, and now taking a kickback a little bit. Pretty good stuff.
To be out across the 35-yard
Do a
line.
nice job kind of directing his blocks to get Vigent out of there. That's one guy you definitely want to account for. And then a nice job dragging him down. Troy Barksdale out of Neshoba.
Good discipline from Barksdale. They always talk about staying in your lane on the kickoff team. Everyone stay in your lane, stay in your lane. And he did just that. You saw it very well on that replay. Stayed right where he was supposed to be in his lane, and because of that, makes the tackle. 3:29 to play in the first quarter. 13-7, the South squad in front of the North. The Mewhiney Central Mass High School Football All-Star Game. And the screen sniffed out. The mayor, Lou Vigent, he smelled that one out. Drops it for a loss of 1.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That one just a little slow to develop, and Vigent got right in there quickly. Roberts could not spin away from him. And that's a big time hit, because if Roberts makes a man miss, he can do so many things in the open field. You have to get him down right away. Vigent said the defense was going to be all right on that side of the ball. Maybe they're settling in a little.
Campanelli throws to the right side, complete. And spun out of bounds at the 40. You see where they mark it. It's going to be close to a first down. Lockentori from Burncoat on the reception.
Locantori with the reception.
Going to give him the first.
Play results in a first down for the South All-Stars.
Locantori's had a couple nice grabs here.
Yeah.
First quarter. That stops the clock with 2:44 to play in the opening quarter. And again, these guys only practice for 2 weeks, so it's a lot to digest
on the
in
ground.
a short period of time. And let's see, the North says they have it.
Recovered by the North.
And they do indeed have it. Will Vargo out of Fitchburg recovers the fumble. So the North, big play on special teams, now a big play on defense, creating the turnover.
Will Vargo from
Took them a little
Fitchburg.
bit. They settled in a little bit, got some pressure up the middle there, and that play, timing-wise, was really disrupted by the penetration from the interior defensive lineman from the North squad. Now Belinsky's going to come out for his second series. Or third series, he's going to get ready to go here. I've already forgotten him. It's been 2 or 1 here.
So Belinsky from the shotgun. Hands it off. Sweep. A lot of white jerseys there. They just strung it out. And a good team defense from the South.
Yeah, Xavier Marty is a really good running back from St. Bernard's, and he had nowhere to go there. That defense doing a nice job.
1 yard loss
Right up the middle.
back to the 44-yard line.
You know, it's nice,
Second and
you
11
know,
upcoming for the North.
South, they've got the benefit of having Yaboa and Robles, 2 Doherty teammates in the interior. They had the 2 St. John's guys in the interior of their offensive line. Teammates know each other's game. I know it's been a while since they've played together, but still,
Yeah.
helps a little bit.
Jordan Amaro, too, is a defensive end. One of Archie's guys at a BVT, Super Bowl champs. He's doing a nice job on that right defensive end, setting the edge.
Now they got a flag here for a push going out of bounds. So you're going to get a 15-yard penalty here.
Oh, this will put him in great field position.
Well, they signaled like it was a pass interference call, but that was a
15-yard pass
that was a
interference.
personal foul call for pushing the guy as he went out of bounds.
Ball will be placed at the 29-yard line.
Borderline
First
call.
down
If that
for
was
the
in
North.
a big game, you would be hearing it if you're the official.
I'm sure they're hearing it now from that south sideline. Mac might be giving him an earful.
Now that's his defense, you know.
So the North squad
Defend
is
the
at the
defense.
South 29-yard line, trailing by a touchdown. Belinsky, pressure coming off the edge, the screen, well designed. A lot of room out there on the left side, and inside the 10-yard line goes Brandon Cavicchio out of Marlboro. The Marlboro Panthers making a lot of big plays.
Yeah, you mentioned it. This is a great design. Imparado's been in on the quarterback almost every play, but look at this setup into Cavicchio, as you said, and he's got a wall of blocks downfield. What a great job down there. Kristen Basquiat, one of his teammates out of Marlboro, getting down, getting him downfield there, 56, getting on a safety and picking up some extra yardage for his back.
Using that aggressive defense against them. Those guys are pinning their ears back and coming. That front 5. Handoff, nothing doing there at the point of attack. Xavier Marty out of St. Bernard's got the call.
I think he ran right into Charlie Payson, who's doing a great job in the middle of that defense. And he filled the hole quickly. It's the
crowd. Is that
Cowboy.
John LaRue?
It's the Cowboy, John LaRue
Yeah,
right
I love
there.
it. John
He's got
LaRue,
Nate with
former
him.
phenomenal
Some of the
athlete out of Auburn High
Tantascwa
School.
staff.
And a professional baseball player in the Mets system. As you mentioned, now part of that Tantascwa staff. They're up there. It's a nice crowd here tonight. And again, all these proceeds go to benefit the scholarship funds, the Mewhiney chapter here in Central Mass. They do a great job supporting the local high school kids here and giving out scholarships. Jay Costa, the president, and also the athletic director here at Shrewsbury High School. does a lot with him. And we got a player down. Hopefully it's nothing but a cramp. It's Joseph Nichols out of Quabbin, the offensive lineman. I saw Dave Buchanan earlier, his head coach. Let's see, the one thing you don't want to see is anyone get hurt in this game.
Now they'll work on him now. They got the good Neshoba training staff out there working with him. So Coach Bingham's out there as well. Beautiful night.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Here in Shrewsbury.
Foreboding clouds, dark clouds all day long, some on and off rain, but that all cleared just literally right before game time, right about 6:20. The clouds parted, the sun came out. Beautiful night for football, and this is a great venue too to have it here at Shrewsbury High School. That's good to see.
Nichols, that's great. He's back. I will say this, you know, one thing we can't ever seem to avoid is the sun right in our eyes in a press box. And, you know, you kind of miss those clouds that we had earlier in the day.
Oh, for us it would be perfect. For the fans, they're loving it.
I need a visor or something. I need a coach's visor.
Remember we had one year we had the shades down at the Worcester State press box. The prescription sunglasses might have been out.
It's the longest day of the year, too. It's the summer solstice.
The summer solstice.
That sun's going to be there for a while.
You're going to party like a druid tonight.
There was a party at the Stonehenge, I was told today.
Okay, that's good.
Earlier today.
There should be.
Across the pond.
Here we go. They're getting close. Belinsky on the run, has some time. Stretching it out, Montana style. Looking for Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone, or De Leon in this case.
Pass ball is incomplete, intended for number 1, Devin De Leon for Fitchburg.
Fortunately for the Dallas Cowboys, he wasn't open this time.
That's right. As a Dallas Cowboy fan yourself.
Oh.
That one probably still stings.
Well, 4th and goal. Looks like they're going to bring a kicker out here. Try to make this a 3-point game.
Let's see.
It's a showcase for the kickers as well.
Yep.
When we were at practice, it was all Belinsky. He was doing the kicking. He was doing everything. But they have Patrick May, who is heading to Assumption, kicker and a quarterback out of West Boylston.
He works with a private kicking coach.
Yeah, I mean, you have to wonder how any kicker who plays for Rossi gets to go to college and kick.
21-yard field goal. May puts it up and through.
Patrick May's 21-yard field goal.
All right, it's a 3-point game. 13-10 right now.
You have to be a heck of a kicker to play in those systems to get that notice.
It's a very good point.
He drills it. And they've had some really good kickers at Assumption, so he's joining some pretty good company.
You're a kicker and a quarterback at West Boylston. You're not going to throw if you're QB, and if you're a kicker, you're not going to get many opportunities to kick. They're going to go for 2 almost every time. But he stood out. Works with one of my favorite guys. Works out with Jeremy Frisch out of Clinton, a former Worcester State star. Let's go down to Brenna Wilson.
Yeah, I'm joined with former Fitchburg athletic director and football coach, among other things as well, Ray Cosenza. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And also, he's the honorary captain tonight at the Mewhiney game. What makes a game like this so exciting?
Well, it's great for the kids, the seniors. For some of them, this will be their last game. You know, I was fortunate to coach in a number of these, and you just want it to be a positive experience for them and keep people healthy. But I know in the games that I've coached and as I watch this, it's just fun for them to have their last chance to play high school football.
And then, you know, just announcing your retirement, what are some memories that you have as well in all your years?
Oh, there's so many of them. I can't even begin to start. I know I was fortunate we had a nice retirement party, and I was asked that. You know, coaching my son was something that was very special. And then just the relationships that you make with all your players and the coaches that you've worked with, they last a lifetime. That's really what I'll take away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of this game.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Brenna. Thank you, Ray Cosenza, one of the great staples and the great legends really in Central Mass. As an athletic director at Fitchburg, as a football coach at Fitchburg, a baseball coach. He's really done it all for the Red Raiders
this year. Fitchburg gave St. John's all they could handle in the
they
districts.
Did. Yeah, and Ray's been such a great stalwart in the Central Mass football community. You know, in many different committees over the years, in addition to having so many great Fitchburg Red Raider teams. I remember when I first started there in the late 90s, he had some teams with a McDonald kid who played at Northeastern, and they won a Super Bowl. That's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it is the South Stars in front of the North, 13-10.
A little more than a week into their summer season, the Worcester Bravehearts sit at 500. Out of the first, Worcester's Mariano Ricciardi leading off in style. They were playing him shallow and right. He doubles over the right fielder's head.
Top of the seventh, Abigail Gilbert closing the game out in style with the strikeout. Milbury's moving on to this district championship. Owen Boss, roll dodge. He dents the mesh. 9-3 St. John's, and the fans are pumped.
Celebrate Independence Day with a spectacular concert and fireworks display on July 2nd at Cristoforo Colombo Park, Shrewsbury Street in Worcester. Special thanks to lead sponsor Fallon Health. The park opens at 4 p.m. Enjoy delicious food, kids' activities, and the sounds of patriotic music performed by the Massachusetts Symphony Orchestra, accompanied by brilliant fireworks. Join us July 2nd at the 2018 City of Worcester Annual Independence Day celebration.
I don't know what's worth fighting for, or why I have to scream. I don't know why I instigate and say what I don't mean.
All right, so here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter about to get underway. We're underway. Drew Campanelli on the run. Makes a man miss, stretches the play out. Shea Gallo colleague on the reception. Well, the first quarter we certainly didn't lack for excitement.
No, 23 points. It's got to be a little bit of a record here, I think, in the early going of the history. Zach Roberts, 10 from the French judge.
And from the frenzy judges.
As he goes in for a touchdown. And right away, Campanelli found Roberts for a touchdown. And Gallo Colley got a St. John's jet sweep into the end zone. It was 13-0, almost right out of the gates. And then the North comes back, as we expected. Great ball, Kostic to De Leon. This one just laid in there in the corner of the end zone. They got a field goal tacked on by May, and it's 13-10.
Campanelli with some pressure, connects. This one's a big one, and this could go down the sideline. Rosenlund, and he's knocked out of bounds just outside the 20 of 7. They're going to mark him at the 17. Rosenlund with a great job adjusting to this ball in the air.
Yeah, truly what happens here, right? The defender kind of takes a bit of a shallow route in there, and it just has plenty of air under it. Rosenlund adjusted, like you said, Kev, and then plenty of green turf in front of him. Nice job to run him down there. Right at the end of the play. Nice job there.
Those Northbridge guys
defender.
know all about big plays, don't they?
Oh, yeah. They can make some plays.
Wow, you
That's
talked about it.
Two big grabs from Rosenlund here in the first half.
Us maybe having a record for this game in terms of scoring in the first quarter, and we're picked up right where we left off. Big stick on the far sideline. Cullen McNeil took another shot.
Trey
McNeil's
Winters
been hit a couple times big.
Winters like that hit. The Fitchburg guy came coming up and got him. But not until 9 yards from McNeil. Northbridge ran a little bit more here the last season because they had guys like Roberts and McNeil that could run the football, and Roberts was even a quarterback at times.
Yeah,
in
you
the
know,
fall.
I think even injuries sometimes necessitated that too. Let's see, so second quarter, clock's at 9 minutes. Campanelli from the shotgun on 2nd and 2. South Stars are inside the 10. Forson goes in motion. Campanelli to the end zone for Sawyer, and incomplete. Well defended. They're going up top looking for the big guy, Sawyer.
Pretty wicked battle going on too. In the end zone, Sawyer, pretty good battle off camera. Zach Callady out of Leominster battling away with Matt Crapo out of BMR. I mean, some good battles in the trenches as well.
So it stops the clock. 3rd down and 2 for the South Stars. 8:46 remaining here in the first half. Kevin Shea with Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, and our entire Charter TV3 broadcast crew. We thank you for tuning in tonight for the Mewhiney Central Mass All-Star Classic.
3rd and 2 upcoming for the South.
Campanelli from the shotgun. Someone moved early. And this one's on the offense. They blow it dead. They'll huddle up. It was on the D, though. They should have let it continue to go, so it's going to be on the offense.
I think if you watch our games in the fall, a lot of times our official is mic'd up. I think the official gave the Heisman to Dave Bolduc today when he tried to mic him up. Full Heisman on this one.
Well, not the first person that's given Boldy the Heisman.
True. Boldy
internally or externally.
Boldy known to give the high hat as well at
That's
times.
true. You've heard the expression, you give what you get. Or you get what you give. And Boldy has certainly thrown the high hat out to several people, some even related to him. Dignitaries, it doesn't matter with Boldy. He's equal opportunity.
Little bunch formation here, the near side. Forson and Gallo colleague.
3rd and 7. Campanelli flips it out. Oh, it's just a little bit too much. Forson caught it. But to catch it, he had to leap up and go for it. He had some room, and he's such a great athlete. If you get that to Forson where he can catch it and run,
Oh, this is a touchdown. Just a little too much air under the ball. And Campanelli will be the first person to tell you that. But Forson makes a nice grab, sets up a manageable 4th down. See what the South does. They're going to call timeout.
I bet Rossi goes for it.
I would bet on it.
There's Pat Rossi. Played quarterback at Assumption.
South All-Stars still leading the North
Coached at
All-Stars.
Quabbin. Coaching at David Prouty now. Loves football. Loves the chess match. The offense versus the defense. Trying to throw him off by formation, some motion.
Likes the wide open offense. He came to David Prouty, and a team that had been traditionally running double wing for years, and took him into the spread. They put up a lot of points this past fall. Relatively young group. He's got Aaron Powell there, longtime head coach in Central Massachusetts. He works with the offensive lines. David Prouty was working with the lines the last couple of weeks.
Aaron Powell's awesome. One of the great coaches, one of the great guys in Central Massachusetts. There's Shea Gallo colleague and Campanelli.
So you got Rosario in the backfield.
Rosario, with him. They hand it off to Rosario. Rosario swallowed up. And the defense holds on the north.
Really good job interior again. The Marlboro guys coming up and making plays. See those 3 orange helmets? They come up and make a play. They go with the draw, only need a couple of yards. They had success with this play earlier. But good contact in the middle.
Great defense.
Just blowing things up. I think you got to give a lot of credit there to Christian Basquiat out of Marlboro. He really helped blow that thing up in the middle.
I'll tell you what, no matter what year you're talking about, the names will change, but the style of the Marlboro players is always the same. Tough, hard-hitting kids. Always.
Isn't this how it should be, though? I mean, it looked like a South runaway in the first 10 minutes of this game, and North is right back. They've got the momentum after another defensive stop.
That's a good point. Is it Couch from Leominster?
That's Couch, man. He is a beast.
He's tough. He's a tough runner.
Tough run from number 21, Adam Couch from Leominster.
Assumption's getting another good one there. They did some good work in the Central Mass backyard recruiting, as they did with Bob Chesney before, and Andy McKenzie now. Got some good ones out of this group here.
Chris Kostich from Lunenburg, the quarterback. He's going to Plymouth State next year. Kostic from the shotgun. Hands it off to Couch again. And they're just leaning on their big guys up front. That O-line is pushing, getting a little space now. And the running backs lowering the shoulder, running hard.
Limit stand is where
short.
former Tantasco star Zach Edwards was the quarterback for many years.
What a career he had for the Panthers of Plymouth State.
So they've
The
had
alma
some,
mater
they've
of
had
Joe
some.
Dudak. He was a Heisman hopeful years ago, I believe in the 80s. 70s, Tom McCarthy says. Joe Dudak, one of the great names in Plymouth State football history. He was the Gordy Lockbaum of Plymouth State. And now it is the South defense that holds.
Couch on the carry once again for the North.
And it's going to be 4th and 1.
Short gain on the play. 4th and 1 upcoming for the North All-Stars.
I think you have to punt in this situation, but you never know.
No, I would think so too.
I mean, you just made a stop inside the 10, so.
Right.
You're playing with house money maybe, but I think you'd punt here. It's a long discussion.
The clock is running. 5:45 remaining in the first half.
Call timeout.
Timeout taken on the field by the North All-Stars. 5:42 remaining in the half.
North will think about it and get ready.
Bring Alex Childs in out of Neshoba.
Great story too. Grew up in the Ukraine, was in an orphanage. He and his sister in an orphanage for 8 years. In an orphanage in the Ukraine, and was adopted by a family in Bolton. He and his sister were brought over. Another, I believe another sister, another brother brought over as well.
You know what was great is he was telling you this week that I think his first day, you were saying, how did you adapt to the language? And they were in the principal's office the first day because him and his brother got into a fight because his brother told everyone his name was, I think, Sasha.
Yes.
And then we heard earlier this year that's what the kids still call him years later. They went for it and didn't get it.
On 4th and they held. The South All-Stars held. These defenses now digging in after a high-scoring first quarter. The defense flexing its muscle on both sides.
Brzezinski, the Shepherd Hill guy, getting in there. Look at him shed the block and get around Couch. And they met this year. I think Christian was hurt in that game, so he gets a little bit of revenge there.
First and 10.
Saw his older brother Seabass here. Sebastian
Correction from the
plays college baseball in Florida.
Yeah, Christian's going to Endicott, the former Assumption offensive coordinator. Coach McGonigal, Paul McGonigal is the head coach at Endicott. They had a good year this year. The double reverse, it's a loose football, and it's still
Ball
loose.
is out. It's
and
a
the
North
North
ball.
has it. The North has the football. The officials are going to try to sort it out, but the North has the football.
That's a Leominster guy. Callady came away with it. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Now, there might be something to it because Campanelli had the football, but it may have squirted through his arms while he was on the ground and ended up through his legs. See, he makes the play here, but then it's through. He
It's
never
loose.
has possession of it.
Yeah, the officials
Tough
just
to
didn't
tell.
see it. You
Tough
know, they
to tell.
didn't see it. Officials just
Tough
didn't
to
see
tell.
it, that's all. Again, like you said, if this is a regular
6-yard loss
season
on the
game,
play.
They're all over.
they're getting crushed.
Second and 16
Right
for
now,
the South All-Stars
they're
from
a
the
little
North
bit
25-yard line.
more of a leash, I think, from the coaches in terms of the yelling. But who knows? I think actually,
Oh,
I think
Tucker-
someone's. Yeah, I think
Tucker's still
Tucker's giving
giving
it
it
to
to
him
him.
now.
That's
So
okay.
the leash is gone.
That's the beauty of the game. It's all fun.
Oh,
Kids
yeah.
are having a great time, but you want to win.
Boom. First
It's
call like
still
that. Hey,
football.
that was loose football. It should have been ours. And they're going to let them know. So new life for the South Stars. Campanelli to throw. Has time. Fires. Complete.
Campanelli's pass is
And down to
complete.
the 15-yard line. I
Down
think
to the
that's the
15-yard
former
line.
Burncoat. Oh, no, yeah, it is.
Number
It's
21,
Matt
Matthew Amisha
Amisha,
from Burncoat on the
former
reception.
Burncoat standout, who's going to Assumption. Amisha with a good reception.
Well, hey, you know, Coach Sincata took these guys to the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
They got some guys making some plays in there. Burncoat.
Pickup of 11 on the play.
Rick Sincata's a Marlboro guy. He has done a nice job with that Burncoat team. That time Campanelli just had time, and that becomes a backyard football play. The first route that everyone runs, the initial route isn't there, and then it's just, hey, get open. Third down. Campanelli's got pressure coming from the right side. Fires complete. Beautiful throw and catch because he had to get rid of that before, incomplete, before the receiver made his break.
Yeah, timing route there, and Roseland thought he came up with it, and they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, from our standpoint, it looked good. But again, we're looking right into the
We're
ball
looking
of
into
the
the
sun,
sun.
which I believe is probably doing some damage to the retina. They always
Most
say,
likely.
do not look directly into the sun.
Yeah.
We-
Oh, is that not
we
just
have to.
during an eclipse?
No.
That's all at all times?
All times.
Oh, okay.
All
Whoops.
time. It will hurt your eyes.
Well, I had carrots for lunch, so.
I have prescription sunglasses that I'm not wearing. I need them right now.
Yeah. Fourth down, another fourth down try.
All right,
Teams are
I
just
like
going
it.
for broke here in the second quarter.
It's fourth down and 5. Campanelli pressured, going to the end zone on a double move. Incomplete. The receiver fell down.
Campanelli's pass is incomplete in the end zone.
Yeah, he
I
got
like the
free
call, the
late.
double move, and he had just enough time to get rid of it.
Campanelli likes these Burncoat receivers. He looked for another
Yeah.
one there.
Like it was intended for number 23 from Burko, Niccolo Cantori.
So the
Connor
defense
Marchand
holds
bringing a little
again.
grit defensively there from Leominster.
That's a great defensive
Yeah,
stand.
this is starting to settle into a game now that 23 points in the first quarter, and then the defenses have taken over a little bit here. It's kind of like the formula for a Mewhiney All-Star Classic. Seems like every year.
You're right.
Nobody's going to run away with it because you've got a lot of good players on both teams.
We'll get some parents yelling, do you have the replay of that? Can I get a copy of
Oh,
that?
my goodness.
Here's Polinsky under pressure. Polinsky spins out of one, can't get out of the other, and he goes down.
Sacked on the play.
He's sacked. BVT's in there. Charlie Payson was second, but that was the Blackstone Valley Tech star Jordan Amaro who got him initially. Look at Amaro spin.
and Yaboa. But Jordan Amaro, what a career he had at BVT, winning a state championship and being in a state championship 2 in a row, but winning one to close the deal. And man, what a job he did as an offensive lineman, as an end. Could make some plays out there, and defensively, I think he took home the belt at least a few different times.
Oh yeah, you see
during
him
the
too.
years.
No gloves, no tape.
Uh-oh.
Just a football
Flick
player.
flack.
Oh, close to the end zone. Wow, Yaboa is just blowing plays up. Yaboa's a beast. I mean, how good of a steal is Franklin Pierce getting?
This guy is fun.
There's going to be a lot of coaches in that league that are kicking themselves saying, why didn't we get this guy?
Yeah.
Look how quick.
Just try to put a little chip on him. They can't do that.
Wow. And so now the north side is backed up in the shadow of their own end zone. They marked the ball at the 4-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. All the scoring we have had was done in the first quarter. 3rd and 21. And the north side just trying to eat some clock, I think, right now. And that one goes for a loss of 2.
That was a really nice job up the middle. That looked like Ryan Walsh out of Oxford doing a great job.
Loss on the play.
There you go. You get a second look at it.
Yeah, watch the pursuit. It's Walsh, though, from Oxford, hanging on.
That's a great
That's
tackle.
a TFL.
Great
tackle
tackle.
for a loss, and just a nice job. And they were coming anyway. The South squad was in full pursuit. Aiden Fitzgerald and company were out there ready to go.
Ryan Walsh from Oxford. On that stop in the previous
All right, so
play.
here comes the punt. This is John O'Friel. We saw him boom a few, the North Middlesex guy, in the pregame. Stand at the back of his own end zone.
Rosario's back there and Zach Roberts. This
Look at
one's
the
in
height
the
on that.
direction of Rosario. This is a high hanging punt. It hits and it takes a north bounce, a big north roll. And it'll be down at the 38-yard line.
It's not that bad. I think
No,
it's
not
about
bad at all.
Still had the ball spot at the 4, but I'd say it's more like a
Kicking
36-yard kick.
Yeah, you're kicking out of your own end zone, and it's going to be a yard or two shorter than you would normally set up just because of where the ball was. Normally the kicker would be a couple yards deeper, so you're thinking just get it and get it off quickly. Don't get
That's
it
a
blocked.
Really good job.
1:28 to play here in the first half. 13-10, the South All-Stars in front. They have the ball inside North territory at the 38. Drew Campanelli has been the quarterback throughout for the South squad. Campanelli with time rolls to his right, fires, complete to Forson. Forson makes a man miss, spins. Good open field tackle there. Good pursuit from the North team. Cam Williams, the former St. Peter Marian star, got him after he spun through one tackle.
John Forson wasn't going out of bounds. Spun in there. Nice job by Williams just to hang on.
Yep. That's a good rivalry too, Doherty and St. Peter Marian.
A couple of city guys making plays there. Saw Coach Williams, Coach Pat here earlier. Gotta like to stick the two of us there to make that play.
Here's Campanelli under pressure and he goes down. A big sack.
Marchand.
Wow.
Look at him, he's staring right at the South defense.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
that's old school Leominster football right there.
He's not.
That is old school Leominster
He's
football.
like the Marchand on the Bruins. Look at this play. Oof, comes right through and then he gets up and gives a little look.
54 seconds remaining in the half.
Wow, it's a good solid hit.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. There it is right there, staring him down.
Is he related? Is he related to Marchand?
I don't know.
Is it Brad?
He's going to Wesleyan University, play NESCAC football.
This isn't the Pro Bowl. This isn't the Pro Bowl. They're actually hitting people out
there. Oh, yeah. And we talk about this every year, and we talked about it during this week, but there's a lot of pride on both sides. And this is, you know, they have fun during the 2 weeks leading up in practice and getting to know each other. And guys that were rivals for 4 years become teammates and friends. But there's a lot of pride in this game on both sides, and they are playing to win. Everyone wants to go out a winner, and you want to hit. And the kids are stronger, too. You're a lot stronger in the spring of your senior year than the fall of your senior year. Guys have put on 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And they're showing it. Oh, that one might have hit the official.
It did.
Pass is incomplete.
Didn't hit him first, though. I think it got deflected onto the official.
It's intended for number 14, Shea Gallo Colley, St. John's.
Now look at, I don't know if you can see down below here on the track, you've got two athletic directors driving the Chick-fil-A cows around.
That's great.
Here's the deflection you see off of the official. Other duties as assigned as an athletic director for Tanya Rich, driving the Chick-fil-A mascots around.
Kara Ellis as well, Tantasco athletic director. A little hitch and go. Sawyer was the intended receiver.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Thomas Sawyer from Uxbridge.
Incomplete.
21 upcoming for the South.
4th and 20. Coming up, 4th and 22. 43 seconds left. Offense stays on the field.
There's Thomas Sawyer. Sawyer looking at WPI and UMass Lowell. Chris Robertson would love to have him play for the Engineers. Sawyer split out to the top of your screen. 3 wide receivers to the near side and the bottom of your screen. Campanelli on 4th and 22. Going deep down the middle, no one there. Incomplete, and the North defense holds.
Yeah, nice job. Axum Semakula was given pressure there in the middle. Out of Maynard. Doing a nice job. There he is. Nice basketball player as well. Did a great job in the Clark tournament. Great rebounder. He's not a tall guy. Always seems to be in the right place. Playing well on the football side as well.
37 seconds remaining here in the first half. It'll be Chris Kostic, the quarterback from Lunenburg.
The truck, I can tell our production crew is hoping for a running play here.
Kostic from the shotgun. Handoff. A good open field tackle.
Good stuff there from Payson. Live television. Of course, Payson making a play.
Charlie Payson's one of the nicest kids, too. When you talk to him and meet him, just a good young man. The clock is running now. We're down to 15 seconds. See if the North takes a shot deep down the field and hope
going to go to the half.
either get a
They're
penalty
not
or a
rushing
big
to
play.
get in.
They'll let it go. There's the two cows, Chick-fil-A. All right, the first half, it was all offense in the first quarter. It was all defense in the second quarter. We are at the half of the Mewhiney All-Star Classic. The South going to the locker room with a 3-point lead. They're up 13-10. We'll take a break and be back with all of our halftime activities right after this.
The father of your rock and roll music for what and you call a band, man. Making the music, but you can't do it, you know. You call them demos. We ride the road too. What you gonna do? Rap is not afraid of you. Beat us for Sonny Bono. Beat us for El Bono. Run the MC for saying the DJ couldn't be a band. Stand on his own feet. Get you out your seat. Beat us for Eric B and LL as well. Hell. Wax is for Anthrax. Still like your rock bell. Ever forever. Universal and will sell. Time for me to exit. Terminator exit. Turn it up.
We're proud to lead with high school sports stories because we know that's important to our viewers, that's important to our communities. I think it's incredibly unique because you just don't see this amount of coverage other places. We can do 5 and 6 minutes at 10 o'clock, whereas other stations might do 2.5 minutes, and of that, 30 seconds is on high school sports.
It's very easy to be enthusiastic watching these guys play, whether it's high school football or field hockey or lacrosse.
When you see somebody make an outstanding play, you're kind of fired up about that. I come back and I'm like, Kev, I couldn't believe this play I saw in this game.
To see and to kind of be able to capture some of those magic moments when you're there to witness history, that's really cool. We're out there every day shooting the games ourselves and coming back and editing it and writing it ourselves.
You get a certain insight that you don't get if you're, say, in a press box.
We never forget the players that come from Central Mass, those that are lucky enough to play professional sports. We follow them in the pros.
We never forget those guys coming from Central Mass.
I've had people come up and say to me that, you know, we still watch and we're still fans because they can watch on TV.
Has it brought fans to the game? Has it impacted local sports? I hope so. Coaches tell us it has. Certainly our goal is just to cover the game and to really highlight the positive of high school and local college sports.
And we're enjoying what we do, and that I hope that comes across. There's no other place I'd rather be, and there's no other job I'd rather do.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A young woman is recovering after Worcester police say she was hit by a car while in a crosswalk.
A Barrie resident is warning others to be aware of bears in their neighborhood.
Witnesses say the lights on the train went out, then the train flew off the tracks, tossing passengers.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Charter TV3 and UMass Memorial Healthcare have teamed up to bring you the latest news and trends in healthcare. Health Watch, presented by UMass Memorial Healthcare, brings you the healthcare topics that are important to you. From stroke prevention to allergies, skincare to sports injury prevention, and nutrition to pregnancy, Health Watch and UMass Memorial Healthcare informs you on the issues that affect you on a daily basis. Health Watch on Charter TV3. For extended interviews with UMass Memorial Healthcare experts, log on to our website.
You don't have to have an intelligent opinion, you can just have an opinion.
You don't get to check out of life is hard. All I hear is people screaming about it, but I'd like specific examples.
The rest of the world does not know that Worcester exists. Having bigger, healthier conversations about the future of Worcester that we all want to see.
You're never going to please everybody, and you're probably going to offend people before you begin to please them.
I really don't see much wrong with that, as long as there's no culture of corruption.
Mewhiney All-Star Game where South currently leads the North team 13-10, and I am joined by two great coaches in Central Mass, Jim Archibald and Mike Ross. So first of all, we'll go with Jim first. What makes a game like this just, so exciting for the student athletes?
Yeah, I think, anytime you can get the best of the best to get together and play, it's a great thing. Just look around, great venue, great atmosphere, great crowd, everything about it's first class. So, it's exciting for the kids, exciting for the programs, and for Central Mass that this game is so well attended and such a great event.
Yeah, and Mike, obviously you are no stranger to this kind of a game. What are you seeing from this game today?
It's a great game. It's an all-star game, and it matters. If you're playing and you're coaching this game, you want to win the game. You got a huge crowd at Shrewsbury here. You're here to win.
And last year you were the coach of the North team last year. You guys won, but you also were running the double wing, and I hear you were getting a little bit of flack for that, or?
Yeah, I was getting some radio talk that the double wing we shouldn't be running. We won. We ate clock, and it did what we had to do. The kids enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. This is a great atmosphere.
Now, Jim, you played in this when it was the Shriners game back a couple years ago, when it was the Western and Central Mass. What do you take away from this kind of experience when you were there too?
Yeah, that was back in 2002. My back didn't hurt when I got up in the morning, but no, I think it was pretty much the same thing. Back then it was Central Mass wanted to prove that we were better than Western Mass, and I know, we had the pleasure of playing the last couple of years in the state semifinals, and it's the same type of pride that you take in it. You always want to beat Western Mass, and we want to prove to everybody that Central Mass can play football, and I think we've done that the past few years. And I think these guys that are playing today, the same thing. I think the South wants to beat the North and prove that they're the best in Central Mass. And if you're a competitor and anytime you get to lace up the pads, it's a great thing. And go out there and play with your buddies and meet new people and learn new offenses and stuff like that. It's just a great event.
Yeah, going off that, you both have players on your teams represented here. So, Coach Ross, what does it mean for, to see your seniors be able to go out in a game like this?
You come here, you're excited they're playing, you want them to win. It's like you want to leave a winner. And you want, I'm obviously for the North, my team's in the North, so I want the North to win. I'm sure Jimmy's from the South, he wants the South to win. It's a very important game to the kids and coaches. I mean, they want to win the game. It's fun. You're playing against the best of the best. The kids make friends with teams they've been fighting against all year and for 4 years. It's great. It's a great thing for this Central Mass.
And it's also kind of crazy when you think about it. You have kids from Shrewsbury all the way down to like the D3 or D6 schools or whatever, and they're all playing together. They're all competing at the same level. And what are you seeing from the South team too tonight?
Yeah, I know for us at BVT, the 4 guys that we were lucky enough to have selected to play really wanted to prove that they belonged with the Division 3s and Division 4s. So I know they kind of had a chip on their shoulder coming into the game. But just like Mike said, it's a competitive thing. It's great, and it's just this is the first one I've been able to go to, and it's just you look around and it's just an awesome atmosphere, and just so proud of not only my kids but all the other kids who get to represent Central Mass. And like Mike said, you learn from the other coaches, other teams, and just again, like I said before, first class facility, first class event, and just again so proud of my kids and all the kids that are representing Central Mass, and thanks to the coaches too, volunteering their time. That's unbelievable that they're able to do that.
Now, what do you think the South has to do to keep this going into the second half?
I'm going to go take the opposite approach of Mike. I say sling it around the yard and score some points. None of this double wing stuff. Throw it around, throw some trick plays in there, get the ball out in the open, and let those athletes run.
And what do you think the North has to do?
Run the ball. Run it down their throats inside the tackles. You'll be winners.
So thank you so much for joining me, guys.
Thanks.
We'll have much more after the break.
We're going to the break, Kev.
We're proud to lead with high school sports stories because we know that's important to our viewers, that's important to our communities. I think it's incredibly unique because You just don't see this amount of coverage other places. We can do 5 and 6 minutes at 10 o'clock, whereas other stations might do 2.5 minutes, and of that, 30 seconds is on high school sports.
It's very easy to be enthusiastic watching these guys play, whether it's high school football or field hockey or lacrosse.
When you see somebody make an outstanding play, you're kind of fired up about that. I come back and I'm like, Kev, I couldn't believe this play I saw in this game.
To see and to kind of be able to capture some of those magic moments when you're there to witness history, that's really cool. We're out there every day shooting the games ourselves and coming back and editing it and writing it ourselves.
You get a certain insight that you don't get if you're, say, in a press box.
We never forget the players that come from Central Mass, those that are lucky enough to play professional sports. We follow them in the pros.
We never forget those guys coming from Central Mass.
I've had people come up and say to me that, we still watch and we're still fans because they can watch on TV.
Has it brought fans to the game? Has it impacted local sports? I hope so. Coaches tell us it has. Certainly our goal is just to cover the game and to really highlight the positive of high school and local college sports.
And we're enjoying what we do, and I hope that comes across. There's no other place I'd rather be, and there's no other job I'd rather do.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A young woman is recovering after Worcester police say she was hit by a car while in a crosswalk.
A Barry resident is warning others to be aware of bears in their neighborhood.
Witnesses say the lights on the train went out, then the train flew off the tracks, tossing passengers.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Charter TV3 and UMass Memorial Healthcare have teamed up to bring you the latest news and trends in healthcare. Health Watch, presented by UMass Memorial Healthcare, brings you the healthcare topics that are important to you. From stroke prevention to allergies, skincare to sports injury prevention, and nutrition to pregnancy, Health Watch and UMass Memorial Healthcare informed you on the issues that affect you on a daily basis. Health Watch on Charter TV3. For extended interviews with UMass Memorial Healthcare experts, log on to our website.
You don't have to have an intelligent opinion, you can just have an opinion.
You don't get to check out of life is hard. All I hear is people screaming about it, but I'd like specific examples.
The rest of the world does not know that Worcester exists. Having bigger, healthier conversations about the future of Worcester that we all want to see.
You're never going to please everybody, and you're probably going to offend people before you begin to please them.
I really don't see much wrong with that, as long as there's no culture of corruption.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, the Mewhiney Central Mass High School All-Star Football Classic. 13-10, the South squad in front of the North squad. And, this is as advertised. We say every year it's a close game. It came out of the gate. We saw a lot of offense. The South team jumping out in front, scoring the first 2 times they touched the ball. And then the North settling in and scoring. And then in the second quarter, it was all defense. And it was a lot of pressure coming up front.
Defense is making things happen. Yeah, that front 7 from both sides really starting to take over a little bit. The offensive line's doing a nice job early in this one. And it's what you expect when you have great players on both sides of the ball. They're going to make plays, and they did throughout the first half, and it just kind of ebbed and flowed as it always has. No team's going to run away with it because they're so evenly matched. There's so much talent on both rosters, and the coaches care too much to let anything get away. So this has been fun.
One of the things, too, and we'll see if we see anything different, but usually – if coaches are going to show something, and we saw the trick play right off the bat from the South squad with the halfback option pass, you're going to see that in the first half. So usually the second half, you don't get a lot of surprises, and it's just kind of more hat-on-hat football. Who's going to win the individual battles?
Yeah. And that's what Mike Ross said in the halftime interview. Just run the ball, buddy. We're going to get the win. And, they want the North squad to run the football, and they've got some power backs with Couch and those guys that can do it. So, they've got some guys that can push the football and push the rock a little bit. So we'll see. And certainly this is a game of athletes,
yes,
as
certainly.
we saw in that first half. But you're also going to see those offensive lineman athletes making plays. Shea Gallo colleague and Roberts got it started for the South squad, and then great ball from Kostic to De Leon, and that's the reason you're going to Assumption. Patrick May kicking the field goal made this one 13-10. And that's where we stand at the half. 23 points all scored in the first quarter. And then the defenses came back to play. And Zambolinski and Kostic have split time in that first half for the North squad. They'll continue to do that. You wonder if you'll see on the south side, you've got the Burncoat quarterback, Jack Cooney, who we saw taking snaps throughout the week in practice. So expect to see him a little bit here in that second half as well.
Well, one of the things, too, that you see is in the first half, too, coaches are trying to make sure everyone gets in.
Look at Belinsky.
They're trying
He's
to get
posing with the cow.
He's great. Sam Belinsky's outstanding, and he's a strong kid, a good quarterback, smart player, too. But in the first half, all the coaches are trying to make sure that everyone gets in. Everyone gets playing time. And, all right, is everyone gotten in? In the second half, you'll see guys start to clamp down a little bit and just go with, okay, I like this guy in this. I like this guy. And they'll start to shorten up that roster a little bit. And it's everyone's playing for keeps now. Here's a guy who's set Ireland back a couple years when he went and visited last summer, the Dublin Brewing Company, Mike
Dublin
Ross.
T-shirt looked good at halftime.
Looked like he was right out of Holland earlier when he had the shorts and the
De Leon
and the suit jacket for the ECAC COSIDA Awards. That's a good return from the Fitchburg standout, Devin De Leon, and the North squad will open up the second half with the ball and in good field position.
Charlie Payson with the tackle on special teams. He has been on the field a lot.
And again, Payson going to UMass as a preferred walk-on, and that's usually the first way that guys get onto the field is through special teams.
Take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Here we go. The sun has gone down. Second half getting ready to get underway. Chris Kostic, a talented quarterback from Lunenburg, in the shotgun, hands it off to Couch on first down. Couch gets the corner. Great speed from Couch. Lowers his shoulder, delivers a blow at the end of that run, and picks up a first down as he gets across midfield and inside South territory.
Couch is a guy who, if you feed him and he gets going, he's like a guy who can just change momentum. He can take over a little bit. You know, he could be the hot running back right now. If you keep feeding him, he's your hot hand. He could really create some problems. And we saw that last fall against Shepherd Hill. He really took over with the help of that offensive line in front of him, his young quarterback at Leominster High School.
He's going to Assumption College. They have a good stable of running backs, the Hounds do, and he's a guy that will improve that stable as well. Battle for playing time. Here's Couch again. Caught in the backfield, slips through a couple tackles, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, a yard loss, but could have gone down for 4 yards loss.
Being offside, they were trying to jump the snap count a little bit. They do. They get them being offsides there.
So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll repeat first down.
Good group up front there for that South group. I see big Garrett Lazo out of Southbridge.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he?
Been outstanding.
Zach Labonte out of Uxbridge. You got some hard-hitting, tough kids up there.
Jackson Ramsey, Shepherd out of David Prouty as well.
Kostic hands off to Couch. Just running between the guard and the center. Power football.
2nd and 3 upcoming for the North.
Yeah, so you got a little bit, you got a different group up front a little bit. Payson's still in there in the middle of that defense.
Garrett Lazo out of Southridge and on the stop.
Talked to Garrett Lazo's younger brother, Big Ben. He says he's the best Lazo now. So Garrett's graduating and going on, and his younger brother is going to be a junior and says he's going to take over. What a Lazo name. They've had a lot of Lazos.
Ooh. It's a big name in Southbridge.
Dad, and they've all been good football players.
Kostic going deep, has a man. Caught for the touchdown. It's John O'Friel out of North Middlesex. Kostic to O'Friel. Big strike. And the North has their first lead of the ball game. What a ball.
That's a good ball, a good route. And O'Friel just kind of ran under it. Great ball from Kostic. Right now the truck is in the back and they're looking up. They're saying, Lunenburg could really throw the football.
Wow. That's a great ball. Remember, For years, too, North Middlesex was running the option.
Yeah, they were running the single win.
Yeah.
Under the great old ball coach.
That's a big, big-time play. The North with their first lead of the ball game. May on for the point after. Rifles it through. 17-13, the North. We the North.
Yeah, we the North, yeah. Toronto, look at this. This is a bomb. That's a 42-yard strike right there in the air.
It's a great ball.
He's back at midfield. He hits him just inside the 10. I mean, that's all in the air. It's a great ball. Lunenburg, actually, he's hit him inside the 5. That's a heck of a ball.
Oh, my God.
Ofrio, one of those good
strike.
players that came up, paid his dues. North Middlesex hasn't had a lot of wins over the years, but you know, you got some good ball players there. He comes up with a big-time catch in an all-star game.
Look at that.
And let's not forget, he had the good
North Middlesex all celebrating together.
He had the big punt at the end of that first half that, you know, they could have been backed up, and the South could have had a chance to punch one in, and he got about a 36-yard punt off in the back of his own end zone. He's made a couple big plays here back-to-back. And he's not their coach anymore, but Sandy Ruggles, a longtime head coach, he's one of the guys who would have brought him up through the system. If he's watching the game, I'm sure he'd be pleased to see one of his old North Middlesex players making a play there.
We want to say hello, too, to Joseph Mewhiney, the man who this game is named after. He had knee surgery. He's home. He's recuperating. But, Coach Mewhiney, we're thinking about you and wishing you a speedy recovery. And the game that bears your name is still in good hands. Joseph Mewhiney, a great high school sports advocate, high
great
school
friend,
football advocate as
great
well.
Friend
On
of
Westboro High School.
Athletics.
Just a great guy. We saw his son here earlier tonight representing the family. There's Pat Rossi calling in the plays for the South squad. Shea Gallo-Colley comes out. A new quarterback for the South squad.
Yeah, this is Cooney.
It is Jack Cooney out of Burncoat. Hands it off on first down. And that's well defended. A little smack talking gets Cameron Doobie. I think he got the call there from Prouty. Doobie.
Teo came up, made the tackle for Marlboro. A flag just got thrown.
Flags flying in late.
Jack Cooney going to Norwich.
From Marlboro, Teo in on the stop on the previous play.
It's not sportsmanlike against the South, but it's going to
Cooney
back
name's a
them
big
up.
name in Burncoat sports history.
Yeah.
Against the offense.
Well, they are going to miss Jack Cooney slinging the football around for Burncoat next year. He had a nice career over there. And he can throw it. There's no question about it. Second and 25.
Cooney from the shotgun. Rosario's in the backfield with him. Cooney play action, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was intended for former North Star Robert Jackson.
Intended for number 4 from North High, Robert
Really good
Jackson.
stick again there from Winters from Fitchburg. He's made a nice couple of plays.
He's a physical player, isn't he?
Fitchburg, number 3, Trey Winters.
That's a good play. There's Jackson.
Yeah, he
and
has
just
the
Winter
ball.
separates him from the football.
Good defensive play.
Really, so you got third down and long right now.
This is almost.
I think defensively here you're looking for
a screen draw. Regular season, it's a draw, maybe a screen pass, something safe.
Cooney, he's going deep. He's got him. Beautiful pass. Hits him in stride. Foot race to the end zone. Cooney.
That's his guy.
And a miss from Burncoat. The two teammates hooking up.
Jack Cooney from Burncoat.
On a 75-yard strike.
Don't sleep on Burncoat.
Wow, he dropped it right down the chimney. They put 3 receivers to the near side. And only a missile was there on the top of the screen, the short side of the field.
75-yard touchdown play for the South All-Stars.
He just dropped it in there.
Burn coach Jack Cooney.
That's great stuff.
Isn't it?
Third in
South
an
All-Stars
eternity.
regain the lead.
You know, we see plays like that every year. We saw the Assabet Valley Tech quarterback making plays like that last year in the second half. And, you know, this is just a great showcase every year. Someone comes up, makes a big play.
And the point after is missed.
No good.
Look at
The
this.
score will remain.
Yeah, hey, just a little
South
screen or
All-Stars
maybe a
19.
draw. Yep. Oh,
South
just
All-Stars
go to the
17.
house. And the Burncoat connection. Look at him miss his speed as he just takes off.
That's a great play. That's a great play. And the coach's corner there in the end zone. A missile ran right by him. They're loving it.
Flying.
Wow, that's great speed.
Yeah, I'll
great
tell you.
ball.
I'll tell you. Sean Mulcahy's glad he's graduated because he doesn't have to face him on Thanksgiving Day. The Burncoat guy running right into the lap of the Doherty coach.
Look at that coach's corner there. Mo Biseglia, great legend here in Shrewsbury. Harold Ogilvie. They're loving it. All smiles. Burncoat connection. The inner high strikes again.
I mean, it looked like they were backed up. No shot.
No.
Boom.
Right.
Change the fortunes
Bradley from Westboro
just like
takes
that.
to the south.
South has taken a 2-point lead with 7:52 remaining here in the third quarter. Booming kick. Received there. Marty gets
Xavier
out
Marty
over
from
the
St.
30
Bernard's on
to
the
the
return.
31-yard
Up to the
line. They mark
30-yard
it down
line.
to 30. That's where the North squad will take over. See if they can answer.
I really like how the St. B's guys just attack on special teams. You know, they've had a great career, great run, state champions, and they just attack it.
All right, here we go, the North squad.
I'm surprised you had We the North lined up on the last drive.
Yeah, and I'm not a big NBA guy,
No.
as you know at all.
Oh, the Friel with the catch, a good pop at the end. Katinas.
Big hit.
Out to the 39-yard line, picking up 9 on the play. Second down
I
and
know
short
pop
upcoming
culture
for the
in
North.
the NBA is that not really the strength of the Kevin
Nope.
Shea repertoire.
No, do it. We the North. Malcolm Miller, our guy.
Yep.
The Holy Cross, winning an NBA championship.
That's unbelievable.
That's great. One of former Coach Milan Brown's guys that he brought up to the hill.
Neshoba in the eye here. Neshoba with the fullback Childs, and then the Marlboro running back. Belinsky to throw.
Oh, he's got a man. How about the strength of Belinsky? Just flicks his hand, and the thing goes, and we got some guys talking. We got some guys talking behind the play. There's a couple good battles going on in the line.
Yeah, and this play is complete for 6. I think that, if you're the receiver and the quarterback and you have another week to work on that, I think that's a touchdown. You got two talented guys on either end.
Well-designed play though with the eye, and then to fake it, and both running backs helping in protection. So you have basically max protection. And Belinsky almost connected. Here's Belinsky from the shotgun.
Good job.
Yep, there's the battle on the line. See the battle down there? They're continuing to battle. Now a flag flies, but these guys, there's a lot of pride. We talked about that. And there's a lot of physical one-on-one battles going on. I was watching that one. After seeing what went on behind the play, at the last play, I was watching that one intently. And they are
Mr. Doherty mixing it up.
It's a good battle. It's entertaining. Let's see what they call. Offsetting, yeah, they call offsetting. That's the right call. Call offsetting, just kind of calm them down a little bit.
Offsetting personal fouls.
Because they were battling the ball. The ball was way away from them. The play was over, and these two guys were still battling on the ground.
After the play was when it took place, so it's still a 4th down coming up.
Jamie Tucker with his quarterback, Sam Belinsky. What a great career those two had together. Multiple trips to Gillette Stadium.
Watch the ball! Yeah, aggressive made this pass.
Yeah, they did. Took it all. Won it all. Here's Sam Belinsky. On 4th down, Belinsky throws a dart and just incomplete.
Make a one-handed catch there. Could not come down with it.
Aiden Fitzgerald from Blackstone Valley Tech was in there on the coverage.
That's one thing, I don't know if you, Kev, you heard the halftime interview with Arch. He said some of his guys from BVT wanted to prove they had a little bit of chip on their shoulder. I think they could compete with the D1 guys. Shocking that they'd have a chip on their shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Arch is no better motivator than Arch.
No.
Down at BVT.
No, he'll rev them up. He will rev them up, and they are ready to play, and they're ready to hit every game, and they're ready to play a physical brand of football, which is just the way Archie played during his days at Northbridge. Here comes the South. It's McNeil from Northbridge.
And this is eventually what you're going to have to do to win the football game, you'd think, is just control the ball, run the ball, pick up first downs, and keep the ball away from the other team's offense.
Yep.
2nd and 7 upcoming.
Well, at least right now, it's shaping up to be one of these Mewhiney Classics. 2-point ball game. South with the ball in the lead at the North 35-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Campanelli changing the play. North showing like they're blitzing off the edge here. They don't. Campanelli running the option, makes a man miss. Now he reverses fields, gets a block. Campanelli's got a 1st down and more. Runs out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Down for the South.
Athlete.
Down to the 21-yard line.
Yep, big time athlete. He looked like he was toast here at one point. Right there, he stopped. Uh-oh. Makes a guy miss. His line never gives up on the play. Comes back and makes a couple big blocks and a 1st down run for Drew Campanelli. Having a night on his home field.
That's great. You think about that. One final high school football game and you get to play it at home. What a career Drew Campanelli has had. Starter since he was a freshman. From the shotgun. Campanelli going to the end zone. He was looking for Sawyer. Sawyer broke the route off, but I think Sawyer might have said that he was forced to break the route off, and he's looking at the defensive back saying, someone's got to call something. He's grabbing me.
Jake Packard from
Jake Packard putting on some pretty good pressure there, the Oakmont guy.
2nd and 10 upcoming for the South.
Doing a nice job. There's the nice crowd shot here.
Yeah, beautiful night. Beautiful night for football. And a great, as we said before, it's a great venue here at Shrewsbury High School. Campanelli gets the play from Pat Rossi, the head coach of the South All-Stars. And let's see what they dial up. 2nd and 10, 5:08 to play in the 3rd quarter. The South squad on the 21-yard line of the North. Campanelli on the keeper. And he's got space. He's to the end zone for the touchdown. Drew Campanelli on the option. Beautiful play fake into the middle of that line. And he had a lot of space on the side. Great speed and a nose for the end zone.
He flew, and you know, credit to a lot of guys on that last touchdown, but Started with Greg Asari, the Abby Kelly running back, taking a beating on the play fake. They all had to go to him because he's such a big, strong running back, and executed perfectly by Campanelli.
That's a great play. Great play, and the South extending their lead. They're up by 8, 25-17. They're going to go for 2.
2-point conversion attempt upcoming for the South.
Campanelli. He's got Asari in the backfield with him. Campanelli to the end zone, caught for the 2-point conversion. That's Sawyer. Sawyer makes the grab for the 2-point conversion, and now it's a 10-point lead for the South Stars. They're in front 27-17.
Jim McGovern has been in Washington, D.C. for so long that if you put him in a car and asked him to drive through Kelly Square, he couldn't do it. Who couldn't love a community that expects you to pull over and wipe your feet before you cross the town line? I just was in the mood for the Three Stooges, and they weren't on, but you know what? It was lucky I came across the Worcester City Council meeting. It was great. I actually had more fun.
Join me on the Hank Stoltz Experience. From the politics of the region to the great events that are going on each and every weekend or every night right here in Central Mass. The action never stops on the Hank Stoltz Experience, only on Charter TV3.
All right, here's the touchdown. Asari gets taken up by 3 or 4 guys and then blocks downfield. Gallo colleague and then Rosenland with 2 big blocks. But that's kind of a tribute to what this game is. A St. John's guy blocking for a Shrewsbury kid to get him into the end zone. Sworn enemies in the regular season.
You're right. Xavier Marty, number 5, there with the ball on the return for the North squad. And they put it out around the 26-yard line. And that's where the North will take over. Marty out of St. Bernard's. Won a state championship this past season. The North squad now trailing by 10 with 4:50 to play in the third quarter. Beautiful sunset, beautiful orange sky up over the trees here. We're high atop Shrewsbury. Well, the North squad going to the air. Kostic, just couldn't complete with the intended receiver, De Leon.
Those are their home run hitters right there. And they just had 4 guys running downfield there. O'Friel and De Leon up the middle. A couple guys to the outside, and Kostic chose one of the interior and almost connected.
See what the North dials up here.
Phony, a great receiver from Neshoba. You see him on the end. Number 82.
Here we go. Kostic from Lunenburg, the quarterback. From the shotgun, he's got Couch with him from Leominster. Couch breaks a tackle, stiff arms another man, and that South defense just would not give up. Good team defense, a good pursuit to the football.
There's Josh Obusui out there, a Doherty guy, making a play, helping his guys coming in and helping out.
Lucy's going to Worcester State. Another one Brian Cullen will be happy to have in the blue and gold. Kostic from the shotgun. Dumps
Well
it off
set
the
up.
screen. A lot of blocking out front. Well executed. Davicchio picks up the first down.
Really good job. J.R. Nelson out of Lunenburg. We talked to him this week. He was psyched that he was just going to have to play one side of the ball, and he's on the offensive side, and he was leading the way out there in the screen.
Out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 upcoming for the North All-Stars.
J.R. Nelson, we talked to him. Was a member of SAD. Students, it used to be Students Against Drunk Driving, now it's Against Destructive Decisions.
Yeah.
Is what it's called.
And a leader, student leader at Lunenburg.
Won an award for his involvement with the group.
He's the center right now.
Look at this, though, the single wing. They're going to give it to De Leon. The wide receiver is back there now. Low snap, and De Leon just pounces on it. Yeboah is coming.
The Doherty wall was flying through.
The freight train was coming. Brenna Wilson's with us on the sideline. Brenna?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm over here on the south sideline. I'm with Drew Campanelli. You just scored another touchdown out here. One more time out here on the Shrewsbury home field. What does that mean for you?
It means everything. Playing in front of our home crowd, a lot of Shrewsbury people, having some of the best kids in Central Mass on my team means everything to me.
Yeah, what are you seeing from your team out there right now?
Some of the best linemen in Central Mass right now, playing their butts off, and we're just taking what the defense has given us so far.
Awesome, thank you.
Kostic complete as he throws a dart to the near side to John Foney out of Neshoba.
Kostic finds number 82 out of Neshoba, John Foney.
Foney's a receiver with size, good hands.
38-yard line.
Kostic puts some mustard on that one.
Hey, Kostic is impressive. He's had a nice game. And he's a guy who can, he threw that 40-plus yard touchdown pass earlier, so he can really extend you right here on 3rd and long.
Saw 3 Doherty guys on that defense. Payson, Robles, and Yeboah. I don't know if they're allowed to stunt, but it looked
He
almost
just
like a
did.
stunt.
Yeah.
Up front. Normally, this game I know started with you had to play, I don't know, it was a base 5-2 defense or 4-4 defense, and there was no blitzing, no stunting.
I like it this way. I'm not sure.
I don't know if this is exactly street legal in the letter of the law, but they're doing it now.
I like it this way. They let him stretch a little bit.
I like it. So 4th down, and the North is going to punt. John O'Friel.
John O'Friel from North Middlesex on the punt for the North.
O'Friel's got a touchdown catch in this one. You mentioned a great punt late in the first half when he was in his own end zone. You see him now, he's about 12, 13 yards deep. He didn't have that luxury on the punt out of his own end zone. O'Friel with a booming kick. Hits, and it takes a north bounce. This one's going to be down inside the 10-yard line at the 6-yard line. What a punt from O'Friel. That's a 45-yard punt.
10-yard line. Troy Barksdale
Heck
from
of a
Neshoba.
job.
Down to the punt for the North.
Jackson McCool out of Maynard.
And it looks like the South
Yep.
will take over 1st and 10 from their own
He's a heck of
7-yard
an
line.
athlete.
2:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Here
Here
comes
comes
Cooney.
the Burncoat
A
quarterback.
home run hitter.
Jack Cooney.
Backed up a little bit, but hey, what the heck? You had 3rd and 20 something. And threw a touchdown pass his last series.
3rd and a mile and a half. They had to get to Northborough for a 1st down. And he put it right down the chute to his teammate.
He ran, he could have run all the way to Dean Park Pizza, Kev.
Cooney avoids the rush. He got out of the arms of one defensive lineman and almost picked off.
Pass is incomplete.
Great effort there. The defensive back from Neshoba, Troy Barksdale.
They're always good. There's always a Neshoba defensive back in this game. They just reload back there. Barksdale
2nd and 10 coming for the South.
almost making that big play.
1:57 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The South in front by 10, 27-17. Let's see what the South dials up. Cooney from the shotgun. There's Rosario with him. Cooney to throw. Going deep again. That was the home run. The ball that they hit before where they lined everyone up to the near side and then go deep on the other side. That was intended for Lockentori for Burncoat.
Yeah, that was almost a place where you almost have to get away from your throw the ball deep
mantra, and maybe just run the football, try to pick up some yards, get yourself out of the shadow of the end zone. Because now you're in a 3rd and 10 situation. Defense is going to be thinking pass here, and probably going to get it.
Let's see. Cooney from the shotgun.
Upcoming for the South.
Rosario's back with him. 3 wide receivers in the bunch formation to the near side. Cooney's under pressure, runs to the left. He might keep it. Now he fires, and it was incomplete. I think he was looking for Roberts, but he was on the run as a right-handed quarterback going to your left on a dead sprint.
Flag
That's a
just
tough pass.
flew here on the near side.
Let's see, is it new life?
Flag on the play.
I think it's maybe guys downfield, maybe. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lost it down.
We're good. I'll talk to you soon.
What do you say, cross the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, that was it.
Maybe cross the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So now you've got a situation where the North was down 10. They're going to get the ball in really good field position thanks to their defensive play and have a shot to get right back into the game. Look at the Fitchburg guys are talking to their guy over there, De Leon. Get in there and make a catch.
Sam Crane and Dezine Figueroa back deep for the North. They stand on the South 35-yard line. We got a timeout taken by the South.
Timeout taken on the field by the South All-Stars. 1:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. South All-Stars still leading the North, 27-17.
It's a nice night to be out in Shrewsbury for a few hours, Kev.
Beautiful.
We're going to have another good, typical Mewhiney All-Star Classic here.
Yeah, and
Sam
one of the
Belinsky
things
ready to go.
We've had in recent years is at times it's almost been too hot. You know, we've had cramping issues from the players, and we didn't have that tonight.
Had one instance early in the game. I thought you were going to talk about us not
No,
being hydrated.
We hydrate well.
Yeah.
For us, it starts really a week before.
Yeah.
We were hydrating, and then, of course, the clubhouse feast last night.
Yeah, that, I think, set some people on our crew back.
It did.
A
But
little
it was
bit.
a great feast nonetheless.
People, I think, are still kind of
good
emotionally verklempt about the feast.
A good team bonding activity.
Yeah.
We carbo loaded.
No,
protein
is there
loaded.
carbo loads? Oh, okay.
Everything. Well, the
Is
fries, I would say, would be carbohydrates.
You did.
And the rice pilaf.
You did.
I went heavy.
Bradley's punt.
The rice
Down to
pilaf.
Not a bad little kick there from Mac Bradley. Get out of the shadow of the end zone.
First and 10 from the South
Remember
40-yard
O'Freel
line.
had one in the first half, and now
All-Star
see if the
still trail by
Westboro
10,
guy can
133 remaining
pull
in the
the
third
North
quarter.
guy, the South guys out of harm's way a little bit.
Sam Belinsky will be the quarterback for the North. Couch is in the backfield. Childs as well. Offset eye. It's Childs straight ahead. Childs just a bull on both sides of the ball this year and during his entire career for Neshoba as the linebacker and a running back. Just a strong, tough kid.
I'll tell you, Worcester State's getting a really good football player right there in Alex Childs.
Criminal justice major. And again, just, I mean, an incredible story. You come over to the United States at 8 years old, adopted out of an orphanage from the Ukraine, not knowing any of the language, and you just get thrown into
He's
a
got
school
the ball,
system
yeah.
and have to adapt.
Yeah, he's got the ball again, pounding it back into the line of scrimmage.
Drag down.
And there's Payson and a couple others from Doherty.
Wow, there's Chick-fil-A
1 yard loss
being
on the
delivered
play.
to the booth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Fantastic.
And there it is, the
I have a
fullback.
feeling we might see Brent up here pretty soon.
I think Sean Grady may just.
Yeah, well, we can get
leave
this
the
back. We can
director's
get
chair.
some of these back to our guys in the truck. Rossi, you want some Chick-fil-A?
Rossi, take some Chick-fil-A. Here's Belinsky on 3rd down and 4. Belinsky looks right, under pressure, keeps it, he's going to run it. Belinsky's a tough guy to bring down.
Man.
He's got the size of a tight end,
Sam
and he
Belinsky with
powers
the first
ahead
down
for the
scramble
first
North.
down.
That should be the last play of the quarter.
Down inside
But
the
the
25,
North in
down
really
by
good
about
position to
22.
get right back into it here to start the fourth
First and
quarter.
10 upcoming for the North.
That's the end of the third quarter. When we come back, the fourth quarter, it is the North Stars down by 10,
Dave.
but knocking on the door.
A little more than a week into their summer season, the Worcester Bravehearts sit at 500. Out of the first, Worcester's Mariano Ricciardi leading off in style. They were playing him shallow and right. He doubles over the right fielder's head.
Top of the seventh, Abigail Gilbert closing the game out in style with the strikeout. Milbury's moving on to district championship. Owen Boss, roll dodge. He dents the mesh. 9-3 St. John's, and the fans are pumped.
Celebrate Independence Day with a spectacular concert and fireworks display on July 2nd at Cristoforo Colombo Park, Shrewsbury Street in Worcester. Special thanks to lead sponsor Fallon Health. The park opens at 4 p.m. Enjoy delicious food, kids' activities, and the sounds of patriotic music performed by the Massachusetts Symphony Orchestra, accompanied by brilliant fireworks. Join us July 2nd at the 2018 City of Worcester Annual Independence Day celebration.
Everyone, fourth quarter. First play of the fourth quarter. Marlboro out of the straight eye. Lou Vision. Vision talking about playing just one way, but now it's crunch time.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
They're going to hand him the ball.
How about that ball from Kostic to O'Friel for the touchdown for the North, and then Jack Cooney hitting his guy Amissa. Got some home runs being dished out by the offenses in the quarter. And then the run from Campanelli going in for that touchdown, getting the 2-point conversion. That's why we have a 10-point game right now.
Here's Belinsky from the shotgun. Belinsky flushed out of the pocket, tried to throw it away. It was batted down. Incomplete, but a good job by Belinsky just to avoid the sack. And that shows you his strength. Because Yeboah had him, and he was dragging him down, and that's the strength of Sam Belinsky, that he's able to stay on his feet and get rid of that ball.
No question. Krzyzewski in there as well. From Shepherd Hill. They had some guys coming after him. And now a big third down coming up for the North.
Again, it's a 10-point game. It would be a long field goal from here. Be a 36-yarder from here.
This is a lot different than that double wing that coach ran last year.
The double wing won last year.
The double wing won last year.
People mocked
double
it, they
wings put a
maligned
lot
it,
of
even
kids in the
radio
NFL
hosts.
in Central Mass.
Rossi knows what he's doing. All he does is win, no matter where he is. To the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. What a battle for that football, and a great adjustment. John Foney, the receiver out of Neshoba, came back to the ball. He was battling a defensive back who had great coverage. And we got ourselves a 4-point ball game.
Wow. Making his QB look good there. Coming back and making a play.
That's a great grab.
4-point game now. West Boylston's Patrick May.
And here's May, the kicker for Mike Ross's West Boylston team this year. Quarterback as well. He looks to make this a 3-point game, a field goal game. May going to Assumption College to kick next year. Up and through.
Yep,
it's a field goal game. May's got a good leg too if it comes down to it. This is, I'll tell you, it's a great game. It's a tribute to everyone that puts this together.
Just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, once again, this game is going to come down in the fourth quarter. Thanks to play by John Foney and his quarterback, Belinsky. Watch him come back and make a play on this football. It's good coverage. Ball's up in the air, and he just comes in and, wow, it's a heck of a play. See it again from the end zone. Wow.
That's a great grab. Great grab.
27-24.
With 10:13 to play.
And you got that kicker, mate. Rossi, how many times did you even kick? You got a kicker going and
He kicked a lot this year. He knew he had him.
He said they practiced like once a week. I think once a week in practice they 5 minutes. They'd do kicking, and that was it. Then he'd have to do it on his own after practice. Coach Ross wasn't going to take up time during practice for kicking. We don't need to do. You do that on your own. We got to work on offense and defense here. There's a booming kickoff from May. Rosario.
Oh.
Fumble. Loose football. Let's see. The North says they have it.
Out to about the 24-yard
There's a flag down, too.
Ball pops out.
Yeah.
Flags fly.
Who comes out of the pile with it? I didn't see who came out of the pile with it.
Did Lasso
the
recover
penalties
the
on
football?
The South, but who had the ball? The North coach is calming down their sideline because they think they got the ball in momentum. There's a discussion. Let's see what the call is.
The ball is going to the North. The penalty was against the South.
He didn't even say that the play. He didn't even say the penalty was declined.
No.
Fumble was also recovered on the play by the North All-Stars.
You said this
They're
is
still
the penalty.
talking.
This is
no,
the
wait a
penalty,
second.
first
It's
down
going to
here.
be
Oh,
South
no.
ball, but the penalty was against the
wait a
South. So
minute.
now what's going to happen?
Hold on, they're going to say he was down. See, they're saying he was down, and the official's saying he was down. Let's see if we get a replay of that. It looked to the naked eye like, let's see. Here's Rosario. Oh, that ball is
Not
clearly. The North squad will not be happy when they see this.
Yeah, there's the block in the
Yep.
back. And
No, they're not going to be happy. And there's a North player with it right there. Remember, Tucker was not happy. Remember a couple years ago, it was he was one of the coaches with that goal line stand. Was it
Yes.
in? Was it out?
Yeah, we had parents coming
Yep.
after us at the end of the game asking if we had a replay of it.
That's right. Tom Bingham saying the ball came out when he was on
Tom
his feet.
Bingham looks a little bit calmer than Mike Ross would be in this situation right now. The winning coach from the North squad last year. We had a long talk with Tom Bingham this week. Nice guy.
Oh, he's great, isn't he?
You know, he might
Just a great guy.
He might be able to persuade him the other way, but no, it doesn't happen.
Gets to coach his son at St. Bernard's now too.
And now
So
what is this? And
Wait a
now
minute.
and now the
penalty was
South
an illegal block.
Right.
What is he calling
So
now?
now they marched the penalty a different way.
So the South
Well,
All-Stars
It
will
was an
receive
illegal
possession
block on
first
the
and
South.
10.
Holy hats.
Timeout called by Bingham. He wants
Tom
to
Bingham wants a timeout because I think he
sort
wants
this
to know
out.
what's going on here. He's gonna calm his crew down, I think is what he's gonna do, which is a smart
Timeout
move
taken on the field by the North All-Stars.
by Bingham. Wait till he sees this tape though. He is gonna be, holy cow. He's not gonna be happy. But he's doing a great job right now. That's a leader. Because you got
Yeah,
kids
he's
that
a
are
great
18
coach.
years old right now, and they're all fired up, and they feel like they just got wronged in a tight game, and then so Tom Bingham's saying, "Hey, it's in the past. That's in the past."
I'll say this.
Let's look
As
look
this
ahead,
is going
not look
on,
back.
Kev, it's a lot quieter in our truck right now. I hear all the chatter in my headphones, but I know that Chick-fil-A is back there now. Everything is calm.
You're right.
People are happy right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We need to thank Chick-fil-A. They've done a phenomenal job. Your buddy, I think, the guy who owns the franchise down on Park Ave or Gold Star Boulevard. But they do a phenomenal job. They're a sponsor of this game, the Mewhiney Central Mass All-Star Classic, and they brought us in a whole bag of chicken, fries.
Chris Spring. I grew up in a three-decker with him on Green Hill Parkway. He's older than I am, but his brothers and sister. He's a Worcester guy through and through.
And this is a free play for the offense. Campanelli complete to Shea Gallo-Collie.
I mean, if you find on film a ball that was anywhere near Gallo-Collie that he didn't catch, show me.
You're right. Brenna's down on the sideline. I think it was Sam Belinsky. Brenna?
Your teammates, at least one more time, what was that like?
It was great. Yeah, me and John go way back. Working out in the summer and stuff, and doing one in the All-Star game with everything we put together throughout the season after winning the state championship together. It's really great. It's a great experience that we both share forever.
And what are you seeing with your team? What do you guys have to do to keep this going?
I think we just got to keep our composure and stay focused. I think we have a really talented guys on this team, and I think that if we just stick together, the coaches, have the right mindset, I think we can pull this one out. We got 10 minutes left, and I think we can really do it.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Sam Belinsky. Thanks, Brenna. Campanelli changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the defense. Campanelli throws a dart to Sawyer on the near side. Sawyer knocked out of bounds, but not before he picks up a first down and gets across midfield inside North Territory.
Oh, no.
And there's some smack being talked. Let's see.
We're going to get flags thrown on every play at this point.
Another first down for the South All-Stars, but flags fly again.
They'll get the
after
first
play.
down, and then they're going to get an unsportsmanlike. Your guy Primetime.
Yeah, I think Prime did. Yep, Prime got it.
Him.
He was giving him the cry.
So it's a first down, but they're going to march him
It'll be a
back.
15-yard penalty.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against the South. It's a 15-yard penalty.
That's a big penalty.
It'll bring up a 1st and 25 for the South All-Stars from their own 42-yard line.
This is fantastic. I mean, there is heat in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it healthy and not ill-intentioned.
But this is great. I think Jay Costa said during our interview during our sportscast, you can't take the football player out of these kids. And that is tough, physical. It doesn't matter what the game is, if it's an all-star game, if it's a preseason game, a regular season game, an inter-squad scrimmage. It means something. It's competition. There's going to be a fight in each one of these players.
Correction, after that dead ball penalty, it'll be a 1st and 10 for the South All-Stars from their own 42-yard line.
That's unusual. Campanelli. Here's Asari.
Nice open
Beautiful
field tackle
defense.
from Marshawn.
That's a big dude. Asari is. Marshawn makes a nice tackle. You got to bring it to bring down Asari.
Picks up 4 yards on the play.
Decent little group, 4-yard pickup.
2nd and 6
But Marshawn made sure that was it. A lot of time left here. A lot of time left. Well, it was a dead ball foul. It was after the play. They picked up the first down and then they marched it back.
Yeah, but isn't that still a first?
It was a
15?
It was a post-play penalty.
I thought that's still a 25. It'd be 1st and 25.
Bailey fires incomplete. Pass was intended for him to.
No, I see what you're saying on the yardage.
Yeah.
Third down
It's a
and
summer
6
league
upcoming
game,
for the
Kevin.
South.
All right. Tell that to the coaches. Here's Campanelli on 3rd down. Now, this is a big 3rd down. 3rd and 6. They need to get to across midfield down to the North 48-yard line. Four down linemen for the North. One linebacker coming. They hit prime time. Forson. Forson's got the first down.
Pass is complete.
He's got the first
John
down
Forson
for the
with a
South.
first
That's
down
a big
pickup for the
play.
South.
I'm going to let
Across
everyone
midfield
know
to the
about it, too.
45-yard line.
If
9-yard
you
pickup
have
the
him
play
on
is
your
good for
team,
the South. First
it's
down.
hard not to love him. And I tell you what, he's got some skills. But
Going to prep school in Illinois. He's going to be a great find for some school, some program.
Yeah.
He was like Dennis Rodman in basketball. Didn't care if he scored at all. It was defense. It was rebounding. And he had offensive game. I mean, he could score 25 a night if he wanted to. But he was so unselfish. Over the middle, deflected and incomplete. Vigent got a hand on it. It was intended for Gallo colleague, and it would have gone for a big strike too.
Breaks up the pass for the North.
Play by Vigent.
Yeah, he had pretty good depth back there as a middle linebacker, and if he's back another couple yards, he may pick that one off. He just does get his hands on it.
There's Vigent. Tough customer. Going to RPI.
That's a good school. Their football field used to be right in the center of their campus. I don't know if it's there anymore. I think they had an expansion, but it was a nice setup.
Here's Cullen McNeil, bounces off the point of attack, breaks a tackle, another tackle, gets a block on the edge, and McNeil gets down to the 35-yard line.
Cullen
Very
McNeil
close to another first down.
Rush for the South.
Tell you what, Shea Gallo colleague has run for a touchdown, he's made some
Down to the
catches,
35-yard
and he's
line.
doing a heck of a job blocking on the exterior. He's out in front. There's one. That was the second block, sorry, later in the play, but he had one earlier. He's just making plays out there.
Sam Crane said he wanted to hit. He laid the lick down there. That's a big poke from Crane, the Algonquin standout. But the South has the ball in the lead right now. They'll be content to just wind this clock. Campanelli off the play fake, got a huge block from Forson.
Campanelli on the keeper, picks up 5.
Forson coming back, and he's let the sideline know about it too.
Nice block on the play from
You almost
number 1,
need
John Forson.
someone on your team to just shadow
5
Forson
upcoming
too.
from the
Watch this
South.
block.
Oh,
That's
a
wicked.
decleater. That is an absolute decleater.
Oh, that's on a really good, tough football player in Marchand there. He gets a wicked block there. Good yardage on first down. Clock still, it stops inside at 6:42.
Campanelli with 4 wide receivers in the game, rolls to his right. Has some time, fires out there. Gallo colleague incomplete.
Campanelli's pass is incomplete.
He may have been too wide open.
So it brings up a 3rd down for the South
3rd and
squad.
5 upcoming for the South.
That one's on me. I jinxed Shea.
6:35 remaining in the contest.
He catches everything.
27-24, the South squad in front of the North. South with the ball, facing a 3rd down and 5. They need to get to the 25-yard line for a first down. Drew Campanelli, one of the great leaders and great quarterbacks that has come through Shrewsbury High School. A varsity starter at QB since his freshman year. Has a couple older brothers that were good athletes here as well for Shrewsbury. I'm sure developed a
dad is great.
a good size and toughness.
Family athletes.
That's right. Playing with his older brothers. Quick hitter to Sawyer, the slip screen.
Didn't get it.
Campanelli's pass is complete to Thomas Sawyer.
Vigent
and
Marchand.
Marchand.
If you're starting a defense, those are 2 guys you want to start with, Vigent and Marchand.
From Leominster.
Gritty football
Number
players.
45, Lou Vigent from Marlboro in on the stop.
So here's a big 4th down play. 4th and 3.
Pickup brings up a 4th and 3
The
for
clock
South.
is running 6:10 and winding right now. This last drive, where they're eating up the clock, helping our cause in terms of the 10 o'clock cast.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it before saying, all right, we might have our typical down to the wire.
Oh,
Oh, people jumped.
The offsides.
Well, let's see, though. This one may be on the offense.
Another contact was made.
Nope, on the D.
So that's a first down.
Offsides against the defense. 5-yard penalty.
You can thank Jamie Reynolds in advance. He'll be cutting the highlights for this one.
Reynolds doing an outstanding job for us at every broadcast that we have him in the truck. So the first down, the clock continues to run. Now under 5:30 to play in the ball game. 3-point lead for the South rather. And the South with the ball. Campanelli fires to Sawyer. Sawyer met by 3 defenders as he gets inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
These are just little possession. These are like runs, just little possession passes. Get good yardage, chew up a little of the clock, play possession game.
That was a 6-yard pickup on first down. Clock running under 5 minutes to play now. If
You know,
you're
you're gonna look
give
back.
up a touchdown.
You're gonna look at this game, and you're gonna be able to name a ton of different people that made big plays, that caught touchdown passes or ran for touchdowns. I mean, it has been spread the wealth of talent here.
Asari from Abby Kelly steps through a tackle. Asari gets inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the South.
Down inside the 10-yard line.
Talked about the guys playing in Division 5 and 6 wanting to make a name. This is Asari out of Abby Kelly wanting to show some things. And a good solid run. First and goal for the South.
Here's Campanelli getting the play call. The clock continuing to run under 4 minutes and 5 seconds now. First and goal for the South. South squad with a 3-point lead. Nope, they're going to make it difficult on the North, that's for sure.
I mean, would you want another guy as a quarterback? There's a delay of game.
Delay of game.
It took a little extra time there, but I mean, this is the guy you'd want.
Oh, absolutely.
As your QB in the big moment.
5-yard penalty.
Well, remember they had that huge win early in the season against Grafton, where Campanelli
Came
led
back.
him all the way down the field, and I think without a timeout. I think they had under a minute, no timeouts. He leads them all the way down the field for a touchdown, and they win the game against a really good Grafton team.
And a 5-yard penalty here just gives them a little bit more space to operate their passing game. So it's not really a big deal for them. Still first down.
Campanelli hands it off. Rosario straight up the middle. Rosario to the end zone. Touchdown, South squad.
13-yard touchdown rush up the middle for Manny Rosario.
Manny Rosario. Told us this year he loved putting on the Auburn uniform. He wanted to go out and do things for his town. And he just gets a touchdown in an all-star game. The Auburn helmet.
Yeah, he's representing Auburn very well.
He's had a nice game.
Rosario with the TD, so now you're looking at 3:42. It's a 9-point game right now.
Tough to get 10 at this point.
It's a 2-score game,
but
so you got to score and then you got to onside kick it.
You just have to remember they have that equalizer, that Devin De Leon kick return guy can make things happen.
Two-point conversion attempt upcoming for the South.
To the end zone, incomplete, intended for Sawyer.
Conversion attempt is no good.
Well defended there.
Score remains 33-24 in favor of the South All-Stars. 3:42 remaining in the game.
Oh, here's a look at the touchdown. Rosario cuts back nicely, gets a block up the middle, and then scrambling in. Nick Reed gave him a nice block up the middle, the BVT lineman. And this is just power football for the Auburn tailback. Running through and away for 6.
All right, so the South squad in front by 9, 33-24. With 3:42 to play in the game. Devin De Leon, one of the men back deep. Along with Couch, it is Couch from Leominster. Couch still on his feet, gets out over the 25 to the 27-yard line. And the North squad will take over there, trailing by 9 with 3:34 to play. I don't know how many timeouts they get in this game, but they have only used 1 here in the second half, the North squad. They get 5 timeouts, so it's like a normal game. So they've got 4 timeouts left, so you got a lot of time if you're the North squad.
First and 10 upcoming for the North. Trailing by 9 with 3:35 remaining.
Screen underneath, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Shrewsbury's pass was intended for Marlboro's number 44, Brandon Cavicchio.
Cavicchio had it, and then Payson came in and made sure he didn't have it.
I don't think we've even taken a break here in this.
We haven't.
In the second
I
half.
can tell because you haven't touched your Chick-fil-A.
Have we had a? I don't even know that we've had a commercial break in the second half.
No, we haven't had a commercial break.
Wow, that was tough.
That helps.
Yeah, it does with the 9:19. Kostic from
That guy's
Lunenburg,
gonna
the
have to
quarterback.
step
Kostic
up.
fires it, is deflected. Yaboa got it at the line of scrimmage.
Yaboa is going to be the defensive MVP for the South because he has been disruptive.
Oh, he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere.
Chris Yaboa from Doherty applying pressure up the middle as for Shepherd Hills number 87, Christian Brzezicki. 3rd and 10 upcoming for the North.
Gets a high five from Darnell Ando from South there. Look at Yaboa just going through. Wow. 3rd and 10.
3:27 to play in the game. Kostic to throw deep down the middle, incomplete.
Kostic's pass is incomplete.
Getting a hand in there, I think, was Darnell Ando at the last minute to deflect that. That's good defense. That was intended for De Leon out of Fitchburg.
That's just another guy making a play.
He was going to hit him.
Ando makes a play. Ryan Walsh made a play. Saw him right next to him earlier. Oh, he maybe just got his hand up in the eyesight, too.
That's exactly what he
It's a
did.
big
Just
time
distracted
play.
him and blocked him a little bit, screened him, if you will.
Sometimes that's all you need.
4th down.
Division.
Here's your game right here, 4th and 10. The North needs to get to their own 38-yard line for a first down. Kostic. Imperado's coming, and he got him.
He's been there all night, and he got home.
And then closes it out for the South squad.
He has been there all night, and he's just almost gotten home, and finally he's there. And in a big time. Look, 2 guys on Yaboa, and Dom just takes care of who he has to take care of. And a wicked play. Good speed from
great
the edge.
Speed, great strength. He's going to play at Stonehill next year.
The white jersey is going to win for the 6th straight year.
Crazy. Next year, that'll be a big battle from the coaching staffs to see who wears the white jersey.
The white jersey wins again.
Jack Cooney in there at quarterback for the South squad. Cooney hands it off on first down to Robert Jackson.
North has Robert Jackson on the carry for the South. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Under 3 minutes to play. This game presented without interruption.
Yes.
From Chick-fil-A, by Chick-fil-A.
Please remember to please stay off the playing surface.
And the Bulldog family.
You could only hope.
Tonight's contest. Please remain in your seats for a brief awards presentation. Again, all spectators are encouraged to remain in their seats for the awards
This is like the end. This is like the end of the U.S. Open. Without commercial interruption.
2:35 and counting. The South squad's just going to keep it on the ground here and try to run the clock out.
McNeil from Northbridge on a rush for the South.
McNeil on the carry. McNeil says, hey, I was still going. You guys blew it dead. My legs hadn't stopped.
We approach 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we ask all
Clock
spectators
is winding down again. It'll be 3rd down for the South.
At the conclusion of the contest, we will have a brief awards presentation following the final play.
I'm going to hold this chicken nugget in my hand until the game ends.
Good idea.
Upcoming for the South.
It'll be warm.
In hopes of eating it. Oh, Cooney running the option.
Cooney keeps. Good leg drive from the quarterback. Gets inside the 15-yard line. It'll be 4th down and call it a long 4.
He's made the most of the opportunity tonight. Cooney's done a nice job in there. Delivered a strike for a touchdown. Trying to lead the team here into the final seconds to victory.
In the South. Just over a minute remaining in the game.
Pat Rossi, Chris McMahon, and their staffs, the Prouty and Grafton staffs, smiling over there.
Oh, Cooney!
In command to the end zone for the touchdown.
Zach Roberts.
Touchdown, Roberts. Second of the
He
night.
wasn't done.
Roberts with a touchdown reception.
Liam Daly from St. John's picking him up.
Little strike at the end of the game. Coach Rossi dialing it up. Probably fortunate he doesn't play St. Bernard's or
I was just
Neshoba
gonna
next
say
fall.
that. I was going to say, you know what? It might be good that he's not playing one of those
It's
teams.
probably a good thing.
The Neshoba staffs and the St. Bernard staffs, though, may just look at their schedule next year and call a couple coaches. 1 minute
It's
even to play in this game. The South putting it away. As
Best
Cooney
on best. You try to
goes
make
up
plays.
top
That's good
to
stuff.
Roberts. They hand it off to Jackson. Jackson stops short of the end zone on the 2-point conversion.
Robert Jackson on the 2-point conversion attempt.
1 minute to play in the game. Shows 1 minute on the clock.
1 minute remaining in the contest.
Cooney, prolific career at Burncoat. Making a nice ball just to the outside. Finds his guy.
Bulldog not only will get you Jeremy, he'll break some equipment.
Roberts with another touchdown. Now they're naming the MVPs. I already got it. I heard it over the walkie. We're not going to give it away to the public if we just say it live on TV right now.
Nah, you're fine. Go ahead. I don't think there's any line on that.
Well, the South Side. It's Manny Rosario's the offensive MVP and Chris Yaboa on the defensive side. And the North, their offensive MVP is in the center of this kick return formation, Devin De Leon.
They boot it deep.
It's
Couch.
the Couch.
Couch to the 15. Couch to the 20. And swarmed up under.
And there's the Oxford guy again making a nice play. Ryan Walsh.
Good special teams.
Doing some nice things.
There he is. Walsh got up with some fire too.
Ah, doing some good things.
Ladies and gentlemen, another reminder, we will have an awards presentation following the contest.
So North MVPs are Lou Vigin on the defense and Devin De Leon on the offense. In the South, it's Manny Rosario the offense and Chris Yaboa on the defense. All well deserved, and a lot of guys made plays here today.
.49 seconds left. The South squad's dancing over there. I can give you one guess who might have started that celebration. Prime time, Forson.
First and 10 for the North.
Sam Belinsky.
21-yard line, 49 seconds remaining in the contest.
Highlights and post-game reaction coming up at 10 following this contest.
Indeed. Here's Couch. Couch driven out of bounds. Now
And
a flag flies
flies.
late. Now two
Another
flag.
Flags flying in after the play.
I'm just going to have a chicken nugget now.
Might as well just eat on the air right now. Oh, there's a lot of chatter going on right now. There is a lot of chatter going on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the South. 15-yard penalty will result in an automatic first down for the North.
Yeah, this is most definitely not the NFL Pro Bowl in that All-Star game. These guys are drilling each other.
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah. They are hitting with a purpose.
This will probably be
in
the
this
last
game.
play of the game.
Belinsky hands it off to Couch straight up the middle. Yep, this will probably do it. 39-24. The South squad in front. Let's see.
That'll do it.
Yep, they're going to pick up the ball. Well, another great Mewhiney Classic. This one was certainly in doubt up until the final minutes of the ball game. But a great way for these seniors to end their careers. Another great Mewhiney All-Star Classic. We thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in all season long to high school sports on Charter TV3. Worcester News Tonight's coming up at 10. For Andy Lacombe, Brenna Wilson, our director Sean Grady, our executive producer Dave Bolduck, and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long from Shrewsbury High School. The South All-Stars are the champs of the Mewhiney Central Mass All-Star Classic.
When I was young, it's not my problem, it's not my